Welcome everyone to the JungleCast Podcast. I'm your host Dre, alongside with Lexa and Cam. And on today's episode, we are excited to introduce an NYC-born variety streamer with a love of JRPGs, anime, manga, skincare, fashion, music, and pop culture. From creating cozy communities on stream to sharing her unique passion with fans, she brings a colorful and creative energy wherever she goes. Let's welcome PeachiiBunss to the podcast. Thank you, Peachy. Welcome, man. Welcome, man.
Hello, hello. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so happy to be here with you
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you. Glad to have you here with us. So,
Thank you.
before we dive deeper into gaming, streaming, and stuff like that, I have to ask, what's
hmm
the story behind your name and how did you come up with that?
Oh man. So I feel like I had the same username, like everyone does. We have that username that we've had since like fucking middle school.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like my middle school username for a while and I was rocking with it. And then I think right out of high school, I was like, I want something different, because it was a almost like a different version of me, I'm older now, I have like different interests, and I really started to lean into more like anime, like pop culture and things like that. I've always been into stuff like that, but especially like after high school, I really kind of went really, really deep.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of dove right in. And so there was a couple creators that I liked their names and they sounded like really cute, and they all ended with like Y's or I's. And they were like either really just really cutesy. They had that cute essence
Mm-hmm.
somehow. And I really just sat there for a while and I was like, I remember I was going to my friends who lived in Florida at the time, always hosted like shows, like hyperpop shows and things like that. And I was getting ready for a show one day and I had this shirt and it was a crop top and it had like a peach like milk on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh, I really like I remember I made a Instagram post and I
A
was
new
just like keeping it
follower.
peachy or something like that. And I really liked peachy and I was like, okay, peachy, we like that. We're brainstorming. And I just kind of came up with PeachiiBunss and I thought it sounded really, really cute. I love like bao buns and stuff like that. And that was also around the time where I had discovered bao buns for the first time going out to eat with my friends.
Wait, you
And I
say
just love that.
you say bow buns?
Yeah, bao buns.
I've never heard those before.
Yeah, so they're like I want to say they're Vietnamese, but they're an Asian food essentially, and they have this really squishy, doughy bun. And then on the inside of the bun, they'll have like meat, like pork belly or
Oh,
shrimp.
those! I've seen
Oh,
those.
Yes,
okay.
yes. So I was obsessed with like bao buns at the time, and I was just like, no, peachy buns. That feels right. And then I kind of just stuck with it ever since, and it's kind of whoop, my
Stop.
screen went out. Oh, there we go. And it's kind of just been my thing ever since. I kind of just stuck with it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like bow buns. I'm like, what is that? Explaining. I'm like, oh, okay. That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
That is that.
dude,
Okay.
they're delicious. I can have like at least 4 or 5
What's your
of
favorite
them.
ones when it comes to bow buns? What are your
um,
favorite flavor?
I think I name dropped my favorite ones. Okay, the pork belly and the shrimp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are the truth.
I might try one day. I might try one. Might need to
Oh,
try
they're
one one day.
A
totally
new
worth it.
follower.
Oh, totally worth it. Totally worth it. You said.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, bet. I'm gonna hold you on that. So, what first drew you into gaming, especially JRPGs, and how has that influenced your streaming style?
um, I would say growing up, video games have always been like a part of my life. I have an older brother, so he really introduced me to gaming. So like growing up, my mom's single mom working like two, three jobs at the time. So like my mom always made sure that me and my brother had stuff to at least like entertain ourselves. And for my brother, that was always like video game systems. So like I remember us having like PlayStation, Xbox, so he always had video game system, and I grew up just watching my brother play video games for a really, really long time, until I actually joined one day. And I think my very first like RPG or like JRPG type game, I would say that I played by myself that I really enjoyed was Kingdom Hearts 2. Um,
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, let's go. Kingdom Hearts mention.
Yep, yep. Greatest video game opening of all time. I will not debate.
Literally, as a kid watching that opening, I was like, "This is
Mhm.
peak. This is peak."
Like I love the Kingdom Hearts series, like the main series of Kingdom Hearts, but Kingdom Hearts 2 gotta be one of the best. Out of all of
Yeah,
them,
it's
it
so
gotta be the best.
good.
And I
Yes.
love the opening.
So the opening is like it's the best opening.
You know what?
It's just amazing.
I need to put that song on my Apple playlist. I need to get that song on my Apple playlist. I be forgetting.
It's already on mine.
Think
It's on my
Sanctuary, yeah.
playlist.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Sanctuary.
Yeah, Sanctuary. I just never added into my playlist on Apple Music. I don't know why I haven't. I got the opening from Kingdom Hearts 3 though on my Apple Music,
Yeah.
just
Oh
not the
yeah.
second one, just not the opening from the second one. I need to get on that ASAP. So what's your? Oh, you said. Well, I was going to ask you what your type of RPG you like, but you said Kingdom Hearts already.
Yeah,
So.
so Kingdom Hearts, but I think as I've gotten older and played more games and just kind of explored, I've really been into like turn-based games lately. So I've been playing
Mm.
Expedition 33 as of late. Um, and before that was Persona 5 Royal. So Woo! So
All peak.
yeah, they're all really peak. I'm really enjoying my turn-based games lately. I don't mind like the open world kind of like JRPG or like
Mm-hmm.
RPG setting where you're just kind of open fighting. Um but also I have love for like Baldur's Gate for example and just like turn-based games just for some reason they work with me every time. You know, it
Mm-hmm.
gives me a chance to think. If it's too fast-paced, I start to get scared. Shit starts to happen.
Speaking of Baldur's Gate 3, though, when I first played it, I'm like, I'm not gonna like it until like it was my first build playing Baldur's Gate. Until I made like a second build of Baldur's Gate, I'm like, okay, now I see why this game won Game of the Year because like there's so much replayability in that game that is crazy. Like you could build as many characters you want, and the stories could always be different. Always have like a different
Mhm.
outcome to it. So I definitely like Baldur's Gate 3 and Expedition 33. Wonderful game. Wonderful game.
Yeah. I played some of the older Baldur's Gates games too, and I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoyed those. Those are very different than Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is like its own special experience,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of felt that when I first played Baldur's Gate for the first time. I was just like I really wanted to like it, and I was like, I don't know if I like it. And then I went back to it like the next day. I played again,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was just like, I was locked in. I was just like,
That's
never
how I
mind.
was.
This game is great.
That's how I was. And Expedition 33 came out this year, right? Like
It
Yeah,
early
did,
this year?
yes.
Okay.
yeah.
So it might
Like an
be
Game of
yeah.
the year.
yeah, it might
Game
be
of the year.
yeah. It's one of those games gonna be game of the year. That I would say DK Bonanza.
I think
And
that's mine. Yeah.
I know there's a third one I said too. I forgot what it was.
I
No,
think it's gonna be Expedition, Bonanza, Silk Song, Death
Mhm.
Stranding, Yote, one more. I'm forgetting one more.
yeah, I'm forgetting one more too. But yeah,
I'm
Ghost of
forgetting one
Yote,
more.
I could definitely see that being game of the year. Death Stranded 2. That game is good. I just can't get into Death Stranding like that because
Yeah.
the story is so fucking confusing to me. Like, I don't understand the story.
Uh, Same. It's like I think that just the deliveries. It's just like I try to get back into it. They improved because the action happens a lot faster in this one. In Death Stranding 1, it takes like at least
Yeah.
5 hours for you to shoot somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Oh
I
my
think that it's
gosh.
just not yeah, I don't think it's for me either, which sucks. 'Cause I really wanted to like it. But I wouldn't mind if it won Game of the Year because I've heard it's very much improved.
Mm-hmm. So, Peachy, quick question.
Yeah.
How old was you when you first started playing video games? Like, what was your first system, if you can remember?
Mm. Whew. So I will say that when I first started playing video games like on my own without my brother, I we had gotten I want to say it was probably the Xbox 360 and then PS2. But Xbox 360 was like the first system I remember like playing like by myself. Like even if my brother wasn't home, like I was in his room, like playing some kind of game. Specifically, this one game. I don't even. It's like this like it's almost like Dynasty Warriors, but it's not. It's called like 99 Nights.
I think I heard about that game.
And that was the most infuriating game for a child to play. That and Dead or Alive 6 specifically. I don't know what I was doing playing that fighting game. Oh my god, that game was hard as hell.
Virtual Fighter, you said?
No,
no, Dead or Alive 6.
Oh, Dead or Alive 6. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one like the ninjas and stuff like that. I remember
Oh, yeah. I played that too.
I think I played the drunk guy and I think one of the ninjas. I can't remember, but yeah.
You know what?
You know, I was in it for the cute fits. I was like, man, these fits are fire. I gotta pick the character by their fit.
You know what? You're right about that. They do got some nice fits in that game. You know what game that really pissed me off the most until this day was I don't know if you heard about this game though, Peachy, called Def Jam Fight for New York.
Oh god.
I actually have, yeah.
Oh, you have it for yeah. That game, especially it was one part of the game that everybody should know who I'm talking about right here. Was Fat Joe part. Man, that shit had me frustrated as a kid. Of all the fights, it was easily good. It was the Fat Joe part, and then around like at the end of the game when y'all go against Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes, and you had Method Man as your teammate, but he was all busted up.
Yeah.
So like
that's crazy.
Yeah, those two parts, but particularly the Fat Joe parts, 1v1 pissed me off, man.
It's funny because I just seen a meme about that recently, talking about Def Jam Fight for New York, and Fat Joe was brought up, and I'm like, damn. I was like, they right, actually. That's where it really gets serious.
Yo,
they call him crack.
Ass beat by Fat Joe is crazy.
Like, y'all niggas can't fight like this in real life. Like, come on now. But it's like a video game, so it is what it is. It definitely is.
They gonna buff them in the game.
Yeah. So,
man,
how long you been a streamer for, Peachy?
I have been streaming. Let's see. I would say a year and a half.
A year and a half? Okay.
A year and a half. I've been streaming. So yeah, I'm definitely more used to it. It's so funny when I watch like my old videos or like old clips
and back in your early days.
My stream, yeah, back in my early days to see how my stream has kind of grown. I remember like my first couple of streams, I had just like a white sheet behind me. That was it. Just a white sheet.
Trying to use that one of those background things. What do they call it?
Yeah.
A green screen? A homemade green screen?
I couldn't green screen at the time. It was a skill issue. I didn't have the skills for a green screen.
I feel on that one. So that leads us to my next question. So what inspired you to take a leap into streaming, and how did those early days look for you?
Oh man. So when I originally wanted to stream probably a little bit like after COVID, I wanted to stream, and I had all like the tools because I was working at a Best Buy at the time. I was working specifically Geek Squad in Best Buy.
Shout out Best Buy.
Like shout out Best Buy. So like I had all like the tools and the webcams, and I even had my capture card at the time, but I just really lacked the confidence to really go and do it. You know, I'm a pretty shy person. I keep to myself for the most part, and putting myself out there was just something I guess I just wasn't really ready for at the time. So I kind of stalled for a long time, and then flash forward a couple years, I'm working this job, and I'm talking to one of my friends at this job. And I'm talking about video games. I might have been talking about Baldur's Gate. I might have been talking about something else, but I was talking about video games specifically to my one kind of friend at work. And he just kind of like looks at me like after I'm done ranting about whatever. And he's like, do you stream? Like, are you a streamer? Do you stream video games? And I'm like, no. He was like, oh, maybe you should. I'm like, okay. I don't know if that was him saying, it's like, girl, you yapping, yapping. Get your ass on a camera or something. And then it kind of put that idea back in my mind. And then I was kind of thinking about it again. And I kind of just decided, I'm like, well, I still have all this equipment from the first time I thought about it. I was like, maybe I should actually commit. And so I actually started like setting things up. And at the time, Streamlabs is really user friendly. So I was using Streamlabs at the time. And that really kind of helped me set up my first couple streams. And that was when I had just gotten into Baldur's Gate. Because that was the very first game, one of the first games I streamed was Baldur's Gate 3. And
Okay.
I did my Baldur's Gate 3 run I did a halfling like bard. I think I was doing a bard run through. And it was really fun.
Thinking right now, like, what is a halfling? I'm thinking right now, what is that?
It's like a hobbit.
A hobbit, you said?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
okay,
basically
okay.
a hobbit.
Hobbit. Okay. What the hell is that? Halfling. Okay. So I'm gonna ask one more question, then I'll let my other co-host ask you questions. So, as a variety, damn, as a variety streamer with so many passions: anime, manga, gaming, fashion, music, skincare. How do you blend all that into your content?
I feel like some aspects are easier than others. So, like, for example, like gaming and anime is really easy for me, or it comes naturally to me to integrate in my content because when I'm off stream, like, that's what I do. I read manga, I watch anime. I'm kind of like absorbed in it. It's like some of my hobbies. So it's really easy for me to talk about hobbies and things like that. One of the segments that like I do on my channel every week is like anime news, where we kind of just go over weekly anime news. Sometimes we go over the simulcasts that are happening for like fall, summer, winter, whatever it may be. And I try to avoid the titles and like reading the articles until I get on stream. So that's kind of how I keep myself excited about it as well. I kind of just hold it off for stream and then I read it off, or we watch the trailers together, me and my community. And I've come to really enjoy things like that. Skincare and fashion are things I enjoy, but not. I guess I have a hard time sharing those things because I'm a pretty shy person. So I don't necessarily, even though I'm a streamer, and it sounds silly for a streamer to say that she's a shy person, I don't really like post too much on like social media or anything like that. I try to more, and I really try to put myself out there. So sometimes things like fashion and skincare can be kind of hard for me to get myself to make content for, even though I enjoy those things on my off time. But I do try to share like my pieces, like the clothing I get or the shoes that I get, when I have the motivation to. So I think streaming has made it easier for me to put myself out there and make that type of content. But it's just a little learning process that I'm slowly kind of working my way into. But my chat's always asking about like skincare and stuff like that. So I just end up yapping about that as well. That's like another kind of special interest of mine. I love some skincare and things like that. So I'm always happy to share my products and stuff.
And speaking about skincare, y'all remember Proactive?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw
Yup.
it the other day. Why does it still exist?
It still exists?
Still exists?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
I
never.
didn't know that.
I didn't know. I thought that should stop all of a sudden. I didn't know that shit still exist.
No, they still around.
Wow.
Still
Surprisingly.
kicking. Yeah, literally.
hmm
I'm like, how are you guys still going?
That's what I'm
You never
saying.
seen like a Proactive like vending machine like in a mall?
No,
I've seen one of those.
No, I never saw that.
neither.
Whole ass Proactive vending machine.
Lord have
Mhm.
mercy.
Let me see. The last time I used Proactive was back in 2013, and this was I was like a freshman in high school. No, freshman in college. When I had to buy it online, got my own money this time around. I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm some Proactive because it been advertised all around. Like, all right, let me try this real quick, and it really did well on my skin. And then I just
That's good.
yeah.
I don't think I ever used Proactive, to be honest with you.
The
Okay.
most diabolical skincare growing up were those fucking like, I don't even know, those like pads that would sting your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Why were we using those? Those things were like just straight alcohol.
I said, no, I can't use this shit. No. Breaking down
It
my
was what?
skin.
It's burning, it's
Proactive,
working.
and then what was it, Neutrogena or something like that? That
Yeah,
was another
Neutrogena.
popular one too.
With the little beads.
I think I
Yeah.
still use.
Yeah.
Wait, do I still use Neutrogena soap? I still think I might.
Say it again.
You know they banned those beads.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, they like actually the beads in the skincare like don't dissolve, and they just create like toxic waste basically.
I swear, yo, we can't have nothing good. Something always
Right.
happening. These consumers,
That's
man.
correct.
These consumers nowadays, like it sounds good, and then all of a sudden it's on the news like this is bad for your skin, or this food is bad to eat, or I think most recently that I guess like if you ever go to Walmart, you buy those bag of shrimp, the Great Value shrimps.
Yeah.
Radioactive shrimp.
Yeah, it's radioactive. They said. I'm like, oh my god.
And this be many years later. It's like, oh, recall on this food. It has this in it. And it's like, y'all just now telling us.
Mhm.
Like we just bought it and gonna cook it most likely in the same week. Like
I swear, bro, you can't see. You
They
can't
hate
eat
us.
nothing good. They do. They
Yeah.
do. And I see why they're raising these food prices. Mm-mm.
And
Sh-
portioning the food, making it smaller and charging us more just for a recall
For real.
because something's in it.
Like a bag of chips, right? It be having
Right.
like you buy a bag of chips, half of that shit is just air. And the bottom part is just the chips. Like, come on now.
Now, when we were
That's
younger,
right.
I could have sworn it was only like a small portion of it that had air. Now it's getting lower and lower as far as
Mhm.
the actual snack. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this? Like, I bought this big ass, fat ass bag trying to be trying to big back and shit. And it has half air in it, like 3/4 of air in the fucking bag.
I think that's why, like, I'm just prioritizing drinking a lot of water because you don't know what's healthy nowadays. Like,
Man, water's getting
these days,
expensive
man.
too.
No, that's why I just get it from my fridge. That's what I'm be feeling. Fuck getting water bottles. Them niggas at HEB wanted $15 for that casket. I'm like, you out your mind.
How much?
They want $15 for a 12 casket of water.
12 case.
12.
12
15.
for 15?
$15. I'm like, what you mean this is $15? Like, so like if like I thought you were talking about 20. Oh, both the casket for 15. I'm like, okay, that's good. No, it's just one. What you mean?
So wait, you paying
And no
15? You paying
I didn't pay
$15?
I didn't
No,
pay
I'm saying
shit.
they charge you $15 for a 12 pack.
Literally,
Yeah.
the fact that we got to pay for water is crazy.
The fact that it's
I
12
ain't pay shit.
the fact that it's 12 packs is only $15. Like the fuck? Like where the
Yeah.
$15 coming? That's more than a case of soap.
Thank
And
you.
keep in mind, this isn't even a sale or anything, buy two for the no, it's for one.
Yeah, it's just America, what we doing out here? But I'm gonna let
You've
my
heard it here
co-host.
today, folks.
That's a fact.
Well, I'm gonna let my co-host ask questions. Y'all got any questions?
Hey, yeah, Peach, I got a question. So obviously you play peak stuff like Persona and Kingdom Hearts, all them gold art JRPGs. Do you play them like in playthroughs on your channel? And if so, can you talk about like how you can keep because the thing about JRPGs, they take so damn long. Hell, my Persona 5 Royal one was like 122 hours. Can you
Yeah.
talk about how you keep the consistency with that?
So that's a really good question, honestly. So I love JRPGs. A lot of people like JRPGs, but like you said, they're so long. They're long. They have a lot of cutscenes, and not everyone wants to sit through. So like my Persona playthrough was also I did my whole Persona 5 Royale playthrough on stream. I didn't play off stream. I only played it on stream. So on stream, I clocked about 122 hours Persona 5 Royal by the end of it. And I feel like it has its good days and it has its bad days when you want to stream JRPGs, Some days, you're gonna have people coming in, everyone's like hype, they wanna see the game, they wanna see like your reaction, how's it going? And then other days it can be really, really dead,
Yeah.
So
That's a fact because
yeah.
like I didn't do my Persona 5 Royal playthrough. I wasn't streaming then when the game came out, but I did reload for Persona 3. And like you said, people want to see like the story stuff, but the problem is sometimes you got to do them side quests. You got to go like to TARDIS and shit. I'm like, we kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah,
and
you
stuff
gotta
like that.
fucking traverse through mementos, fight some guy who's being mean
Yeah.
to his dog or something. I'm like,
Right.
damn. So I think really kind of interacting not only with the story, but also giving your input about like the characters, what they're doing, like always talking about like your always talking about your next move, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like if I'm going through a mental list, I'm like, okay, well, I have to do this, so we're gonna do this, this, and this, and I'm kind of talking my chat also through my thought process and how we're gonna get there and like what I'm thinking is gonna happen when we get there. Um, but just really being consistent and being interactive, and then also taking those times like downtime, or even if you're like running around the map, just to kind of chat with your chat and see what they're up to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the best at multitasking sometimes, but I'm able to try and have, two different conversations, see how someone's day is going. Maybe we're talking about Gundams as I'm going through this kind of like dungeon thing. I feel like it's the same with Expedition. Everyone loves Expedition. Expedition's a great game, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also a pretty long game. It's a long game.
Yeah.
And not every fight is going to be exciting. You're going to watch me get my ass beat a couple times by this boss because I can't parry for my life before
It's
we
me and you
move on.
both, all of us.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was better at parrying than I was at dodging.
Oh, I
That was
wish.
crazy.
Now I
Yeah.
was better at
I couldn't
dodging
dodge
more
for
than
shit.
parry.
Yeah, no, with,
Them
with
parries be.
parrying, like sometimes I just got to give it up. I got to give up the parry dream.
Mm-hmm. Now it's hard to parry
And
in that
just
game, man,
dodge.
because they be hitting you with them quick hits. Then it hit you with a quick hit, and then with a slow
And then
ass
they're
hit.
like,
Yeah,
I'm like, bro.
like they be switching
And
up.
then,
Yeah.
and then even when you do parry, sometimes your controller, some shit just doesn't register. So it's like I could have just dodged the shit at this point, like
Mhm.
wasting my time.
Honestly,
For real, if I
yeah.
can't parry that shit, I'm dodging. If I can't parry,
Yeah.
I'm just dodging. Cause these motherfuckers hit hard too, man. I'm telling you
Yeah.
now, this shit ain't fun. I'm
Mhm.
getting frustrated. I don't know how many times I died in that game. Let's just say I died so many times. I'm just leave it at that. But yeah, it was just too much shit going. Too much.
Okay. So
But
I do.
oh,
Oh,
sorry.
I was gonna say go
No.
ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna finish off by saying, I think when you really enjoy like those types of games, whether they're JRPGs or anything like that, like those are like a majority of the games that I play. You also have to enjoy your time playing them,
Mhm.
and sometimes not care who's watching or how many people are watching, because that's always gonna fluctuate. And I think what really matters is like you enjoying the game, immersing yourself in the game, and people will enjoy that, and in turn, more people are gonna want to hang out with you and see your channel. So sometimes streaming JRPGs is hard because sometimes they're slow and
Mhm.
tiring,
Yeah.
but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it.
And before you ask your
Absolutely.
question, Lex, I do want to say something about this too. What kind of JRPGs? One of the games that I played on my channel, which was the longest, and I played on both of them, were the Final Fantasy remake, Final Fantasy 7 remakes. The first one and then the Rebirth. Them shits are long as hell. I think it
What's
took
the
me a
yeah.
month to beat. Took me like at least a month and a half to beat on stream. A
Yeah,
month and a
no.
half.
Remake is not that long. A rebirth is long as shit.
Yeah. All right, you got a
That's why
point there.
that's why Reload, Persona 3 Reload took me so long. It's like, okay, it came out like they came out in weeks with each other, and
Mhm.
yeah, I think because the remake of Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is like the big part. It's like the big middle where you go
Mhm.
everywhere. So yeah, and they put like everything into that.
And I guess I did like the side quests and mini games and like that too, kind of like prolong finishing the game. So that's kind of my fault on my part.
Side quest didn't give you any good items. I'm still mad about that.
Mhm. Well, go ahead, Lex.
Okay, so my question was, are there any JRPG games you're looking forward to that you haven't played and know about already that you want to experience for the first time?
So we did a poll before I started Expedition in my channel. I think see Donovan actually commented it in chat too. He's been trying to get me to play P3 Reload.
You
That
should.
was on the voting list between it was Expedition, Persona 3
Mhm.
Reload, and Octopath Traveler are like the three that I was thinking about playing.
Have you played
Expedition 1.
I'm sorry. Have you played Metaphor?
That's also on my list. That
Okay,
is also
yeah.
on my list. Yes.
Yeah. Gotta
So
replay it.
lately, on my list right now is Metaphor, P3 Reload, Octopath Traveler, and Raito Remastered. I really want to play Raito as well.
Mm.
Because I think Raito looks really cool. Um, But those are like the ones that I'm really excited for right now. I know P3 is gonna be an adventure. I imagine it's gonna be just like Persona 5. So I
I
gotta
think I won't
prepare
spoil
myself.
anything. I won't spoil anything. I think Persona 3 story is the best out of all the Personas. So
Yeah,
if you
that's what I've
play it,
heard.
you're gonna probably look forward to that. The gameplay in Reload, like you said, it's gonna get a little repetitive. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
say why, but you'll find out. But yeah, I think either that or Expedition 33 would be a good pick. Metaphor is also a good one. It's just like Metaphor is gonna take you forever because that game wants you to do every single thing it asks you to do.
I know,
Oh.
and I know they have Metaphor on the PC Game Pass or Xbox Game Pass, you want to call it. I downloaded
Mhm.
it. I just never touched it. 'Cause I know for a fact that if I play this game, I'm not going to beat it because I know this shit's long as hell. Because from like the Persona series and stuff like that. Well, the developers like all the Persona series stuff like that. I'm like, it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. It's just that am I going to finish this game on stream because there's going to be other games I want to play. Because I'm a variety
Yeah, I gotta
streamer.
like yeah, I forget where I didn't get that far into it because like it came out at such a awful time because something else was coming out and another game was coming out. So
Yeah.
it's like I gotta if I do, I may just go back and replay it. I don't remember where I was or really what happens, but I know from the people who have beat it through, it's like yeah, it takes over 100 hours. You really do have to do the side quests because that's how you level up, and you are gonna need to level up.
See,
So I think that yeah, that's a fact.
I can't
That's
do all
that's the
that.
hard part. It's just like when you like JRPG, sometimes you also like need a break, or like if you're a variety streamer, you got to
Hmm.
really think about like, damn, all right, I got to dedicate like probably a couple months, a couple weeks
Mm-hmm.
to this
Hmm.
game before we can like switch it up. So you gotta like
Hmm.
lock in for it. So
Hmm.
In
I
some
feel that.
games you can in some games you can like just do stuff on stream because it's not gonna affect the story. I remember a year or two ago when I played Xenoblade 3 and I was like, okay, can I just do like the side quests and stuff? It's not gonna affect it. Because that game I was like, yeah, I actually forgot to play it on stream. I was just so invested in it, but I was over when I came back to it, I was over leveled for a lot of things. It's like, yeah, I just did. I beat a lot of the monsters, I did some of this quest, and yeah.
That's good. That's good. Xeno is another series that is in my list of series, my very long backlog that I have.
As we all do, we got a lot. I have a
Right.
massive backlog, like massive games that I started on stream. I just never went back to it because there were other games that that I was going to play on release day, and then yeah, like the game I'm looking forward to play next week is Ghost of Yote
Same.
comes out Friday or no comes out Thursday this Thursday.
Wow, it's already coming out.
And I see a lot of games
Yeah.
coming out on Thursdays now too. A lot of games have been coming out on Thursdays, sometimes Tuesdays too. You don't see a lot of games comes out on
Yeah.
Fridays now. I'm like, damn, what's going on Friday? What's happening? I know most games comes out on Fridays and shit like that, but most
Right.
likely on Thursdays now. And I get paid on Thursday, so it's like, all right, cool for me.
They trying to make people
It
take
still
off of
works.
work.
No, no, yo, second I come
They
home
want
from
you to call
campus,
out for real.
Right. They trying to get you
I'm
out
on
of work
Yote.
and say, hey, we got this game coming out Thursday. Get Friday off.
For real.
I feel like
Yep.
people are only gonna. I feel like people are only gonna do that for Grand Theft Auto. Like no
For
one's going
sure.
to work when Grand Theft Auto comes out.
I'm
I
already
want
planning
all
that
these
shit. I'm already planning that shit ahead of time.
I want all these companies to get to like understand. Like, yes, I'm not on vacation, but I'm not going to work. So
Exactly. That's how I am. It's on my birthday too, so shit. I don't work on my birthday, so that's a bonus for me. It comes out
Carjacking
exactly.
on your birthday.
Hell yeah. So this shit comes out exactly on my birthday too. I hope it comes out on my birthday. It better. I'll be upset if it don't. But either way, I'm still gonna take the day off. But anyway, other than that, so what has been one of your most memorable or rewarding moments on stream so far?
Let's see. I think a lot of my like special moments on stream are just when I'm hanging out, usually like in like just chatting or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of just like talking with chat, chopping it up, having a good time. And I just really love when either new people or maybe just people who haven't been into chat before come in and they're like, wow, like I really like it here. Like I love the space that you've created. And just tell me that they enjoy not only like my community, but like the topics we're talking about, or even that they could just sit there and lurk. There's no obligation to chat or you have to know about this certain anime or this certain game, you know. When people come in my chat, I really want them to just talk about the things that they like too, because I'm interested. I learn a lot of cool things from my chat. So really just people coming in and enjoying themselves and just kind of hanging around, I think is one of the most rewarding things that happens for me during stream. Um, at least those are the moments that I tend to remember the most is when people come in and they're just kind of having a good time and they get to express that and they're comfortable enough to express that. I think that's really really special, you know.
Hmm.
Just holding a space where people can be themselves, I find is it's really important to me.
I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree with that. And speaking of anime, what are your top 3 anime that you
Oh, I
watch
feel
that you
it's so
enjoy?
hard. I feel like it rotates, but okay. So top top three. Man, that's really hard for me. I got two in my head.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of the third one. You know, so I log all of my anime actually on my phone
Mhm.
on my Annie list. Um, because I have watched as of right now, I've completed 226 anime
226 what?
so far.
Anime shows?
Shows. Yeah.
Damn.
That's what I'm about to say.
So two
226?
yeah.
I can see why it's harder to name a top 3. Watching
Yeah.
all 226 fucking anime shows. God damn.
So I have a lot on my list here, but if I'm narrowing it down to top three, some of my top three I think would have to be Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's
Okay.
just like a
It's a good one.
masterpiece.
Mhm.
I love Fullmetal Alchemist. Madoka Magica, being a magical girl anime, that's one of my favorites. It's almost like a dark magical girl anime. So it's not like a Precure or like Sailor Moon where it's like, you know, like it has like its happy themes, but then it gets dark. People bitches are dying. Magical girls are getting like broken into pieces. It's terrifying. But
Bitches
it's
are
a
dying
really
is crazy.
they are though. They gotta sacrifice themselves, man. So
Oh
Madoka
Lord.
Magica is definitely number two. Um, and I think number three right now, I would have to say Bochi the Rock. I
Rochi the
really
Rock.
like I really like Bochi the Rock. That one is like a music anime.
Oh,
It's
okay.
about this girl who her dad played guitar and she was like, wow, I'm gonna play guitar. She was like, all right. She's like in middle school and she's like, all right, I'm gonna become really good at guitar. I'm gonna like play at the school festival. I'm gonna make like a lot of friends. Like, is gonna be sick. And then she gets to high school and she has done none of that. She's done zero of that, but she's really good at guitar.
Yeah.
And she only plays guitar in her room. And basically, she ends up running into this girl who sees her carrying her guitar on her back and she's like, hey, like my band needs a guitarist like today, you want to like help us out? And she's super awkward, so she like doesn't know what to say, so she can't necessarily say no, so she ends up playing with this band. And it's just her story about joining her first band and making friends, and it's a really really funny comedy.
Mm.
um so if you like music anime, definitely Bochi the Rock is really good.
All right.
Okay, so magical anime. So I assume you have watched Free Run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Can't wait
Yes,
for it
Free
to come
Run's
back.
really, really good. I'm excited for the next season. Um, I've been seeing a lot of cool free run stuff lately. Like, I know in Japan they were doing like free run like pop-up cafes, which had really, really like cool like foods and snacks. There was even like a mimic cake.
Mhm.
It was super cool.
That's
That's
crazy.
dope.
I was gonna say,
Right?
of all the 226 anime shows, which still, by the way, is fucking crazy. Um, what anime would you say is very, very, very overrated?
Overrated. I haven't even watched this anime myself because I think it's that overrated. Does it have to be one that I watched, or can it be one that I haven't watched?
It can be both.
Okay, so one that I haven't watched that I think is overrated, Solo Leveling. Why? There was so much glaze. It didn't need to win every anime award for the Crunchyroll Awards. It could have won one or two. I like all
Yeah, I
of
kind of
them.
agree.
I'm like, okay.
Granted, yeah, the fights was cool. It's just like I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
like, there were so many other like good shows with good storylines coming out at the time.
Mhm.
I'm a certified Apothecary Diaries glazer. Love that show. So the fact that it beat out Apothecary Diaries in a lot of things, I was very upset. And then anime that I think that I've watched that I think is overhyped. Hold on, let me look at my list here.
Oh, she
I
put
gotta
you.
go
Hobo
through my
put you
findings.
on Apple Store. Yeah, you was hooked. Okay, got you.
She out-ordered the hell out of us at the start talking about some 200 something animes watch. Like, I'm still not over that. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. You know, I have a lot of time, you know. Anime is such a big hobby of mine.
Mm-hmm. For you to
Listen,
watch two
nothing
over,
wrong with it.
ain't nothing
I just
wrong with
wish
it.
I had that much time.
For real.
Facts.
That even
Or
beat me
that-
binge watching TV shows and cartoons. Like, damn.
Mhm. See, I have a
Yeah.
short attention span for me, so like, yeah, I have a short attention span. For you to watch over 200 anime shows is still crazy, y'all. Still crazy.
Crazy.
Like you gotta put it, you gotta be dedicated to watch all those shows. Plus, most of them have like multiple seasons, so it's like, yeah.
And OVAs sometimes, yeah.
That too. I forgot about that. Yeah, that too. So like, hey, kudos to you. You're the first one that
Yeah.
you're the first person I ever heard that you watched over 200 enemies. Like,
Thank you.
That's really impressive.
It's somebody-
Impressive.
I need to
it's-
step my game up when I'm off work in the
Mhm.
Facts,
summer.
Yeah.
if somebody told me that they watch over 200 anime shows, I'd be like, you fucking lying. But you had a whole list on your phone
Yeah,
dating
I got a whole
all the
log.
anime. Yeah, a whole log of anime shows that you watch. It's crazy.
Y'all should have seen my face when she said that number. I'm like, she just out-ordered the hell out of us. Like, time out. Wait.
For real.
All right, so Peach, I got a question. Actually, I got
Yeah.
two questions. Like the current new gen anime out right now. What's been your favorite one?
Ooh.
Probably it's probably Apothecary Diaries. I would say from what you said.
Yeah, I would say right now, in terms of like new gen, I think Apothecary Diaries is such a unique story because it presents itself. Number one, it's this anime, but it's like based in this like in a place that is resemblant of like China, which I think is really interesting to start off with. And then you have these interesting dynamics with royalty. So you're trying to understand the dynamic of the royal family and understand things like concubines and how servants and all of those kind of things. There's a lot of like societal um, nuances with that show, which makes it really interesting to see how people interact. And then it presents itself as a romance, but then it's really like watching House. It's like House, because it's really just Mao Mao trying to figure out all of these like weird mysteries or weird requests, or figuring out like why this person is sick, or slowly uncovering just really like dark secrets that these women are hiding in the rear palace from the the emperor. And I think those are all really interesting dynamics to see how all the different house concubines act differently, and everyone's kind of ulterior motives. How are they going to get close to the king? And then Mao Mao doesn't really care about any of those things. She just ended up here accidentally, so she's just like watching all of this unfold, and she's like, I don't really care about money, status, or anything. I'm just trying to survive. And watching her kind of climb up the ranks and get close to very important characters, I think is a really interesting story, definitely. And it does have hints of romance, especially in the second season. It's just not necessarily a romance like focused anime, which I don't really mind. I don't mind that it's not super romance focused.
That's a fact.
I like
my
how you.
second
Oh, I was gonna say, sorry to cut you off, Cam, but I was gonna say, I
That's
love
fine.
how you explain these animes to me because
Mm-hmm.
some of these animes I don't know about. I heard about them, I just never watch them. But the
Mhm.
way that you explain it now, it's like, all right, maybe I'll give this anime a chance on my free time. Now I don't know, I'm gonna finish the whole, the whole anime like that, but depending on how it can catch my attention, then probably.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think the art style, especially for like newer gen animes, are just like really, really pretty. I think they do a good character of bringing out these really nice features on these characters. Most of the characters in Apothecary Diaries are women because it's based in the Rear Palace. So they're mainly women characters, and I like how, they're not just like copy and paste pretty lady for the emperor.
Mm-hmm.
They're all different and they have unique personalities. So I think the mangaka did a really awesome job with Fairy Dice, definitely.
And Cam, before you go, and before you say anything, Cam, I know there's a certain anime that people really hate with a fucking passion, and I don't understand why. It's this anime called Rent a Girlfriend or some shit like that.
Because it's stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh,
I've heard.
It's stupid. Like, bruh, it ain't never that serious to go rent a
He
girl
rented,
to
he
go.
rented her, so why he want her so bad? That's not
Bruh,
the agreement.
like, you can't be renting a girl. Cam loves that show. You shut your fucking mouth. Grace, I would be on a plane to wherever you live, but nah, like, like you rent a girl just to go on a date. It ain't never like it can. You can never be that down bad, fam.
I mean, it
How
could have
can
been
be that?
worse. It could have been worse. It could be worse though. I'm
Oh,
just saying. But I never seen somebody like I seen somebody hate. Like I seen people hate certain anime shows, but nothing like that. I'm like, damn, I really hate this anime for a
Nah,
reason.
it was that like most recent chapter that really set people off because because people were just being weird about it. They're like he like bought her stuff and he hung out with her and saved her from a fucking tornado. Probably not. I'm just saying shit, but like just doing all this shit, and they're like, and she won't even date him. She doesn't have
you
to.
don't have
What do
to.
you mean? She doesn't have to. If he's doing all these things for a rental girlfriend, he's doing a rental boyfriend activities then, I guess.
Mm, but yeah, that's just
Right.
that's bad. That's
That's
bad.
that's really bad.
Exactly, Donovan. God forbid a woman want to focus on herself.
Right? Only live
Get her
once.
bag in peace.
And I thought One Piece got more hatred than that, but shit.
One Piece
But
got hatred because it's all haters. But speaking of One Piece, I got a question, Peach.
Yeah.
Of the big three, One
Mhm.
Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, which one is the best, and why is it Bleach?
I got a Naruto tattoo, so sorry.
Damn, damn.
That
Was
was
it?
my
Is it like? Is it of Naruto? Or is it of like a different
yeah.
character?
It's
oh, it's
it's
Naruto.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
He's
Oh,
doing a little
okay.
peace sign. Naruto, and it's so funny that you asked that because I actually recently rewatched all of Naruto and Shippuden um this year, which was really really awesome because my roommates were watching it for the first time, and it was a really awesome experience to watch it for the second time again.
Mhm.
Um, I love Naruto, but also obviously the pain arc is the best arc. But I also love all the characters in Naruto, so it was really good just to kind of watch them grow. And I love the storyline. Sasuke and Naruto, they're a little romantic, but we look past that. they got their they got their little romance.
Mhm.
Lord.
So, I think watching it when I'm older makes me realize I'm like, Sasuke, wrap it up, buddy. Wrap it up. He's like doing all this evil shit for his brother, and Itachi don't even want all this. Itachi's
I'm
like,
like,
please. He's like,
Right.
please
every time.
just be happy, bro.
Mhm.
You already know he was like in the underworld, but like, here we go with this shit again.
Right.
Literally.
Every time Sasuke did that shit.
See
My
now.
brother crashing out again.
Mhm. Crash out
He said,
moment.
my brother wants to protect the village, so he hid a dark secret. Destroy the village. That's what I must do. Like, please, Sasuke. Oh my, and like no one even knew any of that. You're just having this one-sided beef that no one knows about.
Like, just go
Exactly.
kill the elders. Like, I feel like people would be fine with that. Be like, okay.
Exactly.
At
There's
least.
only like 2 of them left. Just get rid
See,
of them.
have you ever watched Boruto?
I watched a couple episodes of Naruto. Yeah.
How was it for you?
Um, I definitely so when I first watched a couple episodes, it was when it was like just releasing.
Hmm.
So like waiting for episodes and all that other stuff, I kind of got like bored, especially because like
Right.
I imagine it's kind of like watching Naruto when it came out, weekly by week. That would probably
Hmm.
get boring. Um, so I decided to put it on hold until I can kind of watch it fully. So I haven't cut back into watching it fully because I know they're making Blue Vortex, which is
Yeah.
basically like the next part. And I'm kind of excited for Blue Vortex because, like I said, I'm a fit person, and everyone got that shit on in Blue Vortex. I don't know what they, what clothing stores they got in the hidden leaf, but everyone got that shit on. So
That shit's
I
evolving,
might
yo.
have
The
to
Leaf
lock.
Village is evolving.
Word.
So I might have to lock in and read some Blue Vortex. So I gotta catch up on Boruto, but sometimes I just think Boruto is a little entitled. Okay, his dad went through a lot, and he's just being a little baby right now. So I
I
just
mean,
need
yeah.
Boruto.
Yeah.
I just need Boruto to be a little more grateful to his dad. Okay,
Hmm.
he hating, but Naruto's busy.
Yeah, the fits
So
in Blue
I'm excited.
Vortex. I seen little mangas every now and then, like clips, like pictures of the manga and how they clips. I'm like, how they fit. So I'm like, God damn. Hold up now.
Exactly, awkward Shikamaru. Shikamaru is a good character. Okay, this is my hot take. Low key, Shikamaru is actually Naruto's best friend. It's not Sasuke because Shikamaru has been with it through with Naruto through like everything.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
most
like
definitely.
It's a
like
fact.
Shikamaru
Yeah.
has been there for Naruto. He's always believed in him, even when they were kids. He never like bullied Naruto. He was always just like, "Damn, this kid." Shikamaru was a grown
Right.
ass little kid. Like, "Damn, this kid's
Facts.
going through it. No
Yeah.
one wants to
I-
play with him."
Especially like in the old school, like Naruto. I think one of my
Mm-hmm.
least favorite characters was Ino because they was just fighting over Sasuke. I'm like, bitch, you have telekinetic powers. Like, go focus on that. Like, we over this kid.
Literally.
Nigga didn't even know your name, bro.
They ain't know your name is crazy.
Nor did he give a fuck to begin with. Like,
And I want to say this about Boruto. I saw Leland from RDC. He said that Boruto was a lot of filler because he read the manga and
Uh-huh.
it was like something that was in like chapter 13. The thing that happened in chapter 13 happens like episode 84 of Boruto.
Hmm.
So like
Oh,
it's all filler.
damn.
Yeah. That's why
Oh,
people don't like it.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
But yeah, even
interesting.
Sasuke didn't like Sakura. Like, come on now. It took him a
I don't know.
whole.
I don't know how that shit happened. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
I still
it's
don't know how that
because
shit happened.
he decided to fuck himself over and try to destroy the whole world, and then no bitches wanted him afterwards. So he's like, "All
No
right, I gotta
bitches,
run it.
it's
none.
like,
I
I'll
gotta run it
settle.
back.
Hey,
Oh yeah, I gotta run it back."
Spin the block.
right. Yeah. No, Hobo Dubas is absolutely correct. They hoed Tintin. Tintin was one of my favorite characters. She popped off in the
For
war.
real.
And then it's like, yo, like what happened to her?
Right.
And they took her love interest away once Neji was gone. They were just like, "All
They
right,
should have killed
Wow.
they should have killed Kiba. Like I don't give a fuck about Kiba.
bang over bang."
I was like, I don't give a
Damn.
fuck about Kiba.
Every man who's ever heard that has lived.
Oh Lord Jesus. Oh Lord. So, what is your ultimate comfort manga, and why does it mean? And what does it mean so much for you?
I think mm, my comfort manga. Why do I also have my manga listed on this app?
She
But
prepared
I
for this.
think, yeah,
Mhm.
I got it pulled up. I got it pulled up. I think my comfort manga is definitely it's between two shoujo manga. One of them has an anime, the other one doesn't. Um, the first one is called just Honey.
Mhm.
And it's a really cute romance manga just between this girl and like her crush in high school. Really basic shoujo, nothing super special about it. But I think what makes it special to me personally is that it was one of the first mangas that I had kind of bought, with my own money when I was really, really getting into anime. So that was the one of the first books that I picked up and decided to read, and I ended up buying every book in the series. So I completed the series. Um, so it's really special shoujo to me. I also like that the characters they met in high school, and then the manga kind of continued and then showed them getting married like after high school and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that he gave me like that full complete ending. You know, I don't have to like fill in filler and all that stuff. The other one would probably be Umbrella Academy. It's not necessarily a manga, it's more of a comic book, but I really like the Umbrella Academy. Umbrella Academy also has a show.
Yeah, I'm about to
Um,
say on Netflix.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the Umbrella Academy was made. So Umbrella Academy was made by the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, Gerard Way.
Oh.
I am a very big My Chemical Romance fan ever since I was a kid. So that's one of my favorite bands. And I think Gerard Way is an amazing artist. So when I first read the first Umbrella Academy, I thought it was really, really amazing, and I appreciate his art and his storytelling. Gerard Way also made Penny Parker,
Mm-hmm.
Spider girl from Marvel
Spider-Bot.
Rivals.
Yeah, Spider-Bot. Oh, no,
Okay.
no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also made a Penny Parker, which is really cool. So I think he's made a lot of really interesting characters. I like Umbrella Academy as well. The show's really good. So overall, I have to say Honey and Umbrella Academy are like my two faves.
Okay. That's good to hear. Also, we got a question. We got a question here from Awkward Minds.
Hey.
He's asking you, who's your favorite YouTuber and why is it Corey Kitchen?
So my favorite YouTuber right now that I've actually been watching consistently. This is like really gonna call me out because I feel like he has so much nerdy content. His name, hold on, let me make sure. Because I found him like a couple months ago and he's slowly become my favorite YouTuber. I believe his name is Ken
Ken.
on YouTube. And
Never heard
he
him
does
before.
reviews of like anime, like everything anime related and figure related specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So I love watching his like figure unboxings and like his room tours and stuff like that. I like seeing like I'm really into anime figures, so I like seeing the new releases and how he displays them in his room. He has a lot of
Mhm.
like glass like pillar like display cases and stuff like that. Just say you don't like good YouTubers, rude. So I think Ken is definitely one of my go-to YouTubers right now if I want to watch something usually like anime
okay.
related. I don't watch too many YouTubers though. I mainly use YouTube. I feel like for music. If I'm watching something, I'm usually on Twitch.
Mhm.
So I watch a lot of streamers personally.
So how do you
Versus
feel? So how do you feel about like IRL content creators like iShowSpeed,
Mhm.
Kai Cenat, and like others? How you feel about IRL streaming? Do you feel like it's more IRL streamers than streamers that like game and stuff like that nowadays?
I feel like IRL streaming has really taken off. So if you think about it, you know, you have the live mode on TikTok, and then you have live mode on Instagram. You know, your phone is very very portable, so people
Mm-hmm.
I feel like kind of got used to this kind of IRL like come with me kind of experience, and then people started doing it on Twitch. And I feel like it's a double-edged sword because I feel like everyone deserves to make the kind of content that they like and that they enjoy. You know, that's what Twitch is
Mm-hmm.
for. It's for, you know, sharing whatever type of content that you want to make. But I do find it concerning the kind of shift and the higher, I guess, demand for IRL content versus like gaming content and things like that. Um, you know, I think right now it's a weird time to be a gaming content creator just because some people can kind of feel that lull, but at the same time like there are still big streamers who are doing gaming content. For example, like Queso's doing, that's all
Mm-hmm.
Queso does is gaming content.
Mm-hmm.
So there are big streamers, or like Vanilla Mace does a lot of gaming content still. She does IRL stuff too, but she also does gaming content. So I think it's about finding what works for you. And I feel like if you stick with what works for you and what's genuine to yourself, I feel like good things will come that way. Now, Do some people most likely feel pressured to do IRL streams because that's what's popular right now? Definitely. You know, I'm not going to say that I haven't thought about doing an IRL stream here or there. Like, you know, maybe I should like do this or do that. But I think it's all just dependent on what people are comfortable in. I think people are really interested to see how other people kind of live their lives and their day-to-days.
Mhm.
Personally, for me, I've tried to watch a couple of like IRL streams, but they're not really the stream, I guess, type that I like. I don't really like care to sit in a car with someone and just go run errands or, you know, do whatever.
Yeah.
I think there's good moments in IRL streams, definitely. But there's just different types of content I feel like people enjoy consuming. So I feel like it just depends. I don't think gaming and streaming is going to be going anywhere. I think gaming and streaming will always go hand in hand.
Mhm.
But right now, IRL streaming is definitely having its moment and its
Espe-
time to
especially,
shine. It takes a
especially,
lot of creativity to do
yeah, it
things like that.
does. Look at
It takes a lot
Not
of creativity.
with the whole Mafia
Exactly.
Thon 3, like
You
bringing in
know,
different guests.
and even when he's doing like video game concepts, whether it's Elden Ring or like the Batman thing he did, like he's always adding his own creative twists to his content, and that's what it's all about. It's about the creativity, you know.
Mhm.
So even though some people feel like IRL streams are like taking over and messing up things for the gaming community, I think it's about how you apply your creativity to your channel and how to make things more interesting or more interactive for your community, you know?
Mhm. We got another question here from Aqua Minds, and he asked, "How do you feel
Hey,
about Demon Slayer?"
yeah, Demon Slayer. I saw the Demon Slayer movie when it came out. I saw it on midnight release. It was amazing. It was
Mm.
amazing. I
Long as
Yeah.
shit though.
I enjoy Demon Slayer. It's really really good. I haven't read the manga. I've only watched it via the anime.
Mhm.
Um
How do you feel about those who say it's carried by animation, the story's mid?
I think the story, in terms of like the storyline, I think the story is pretty interesting in itself, just because like the time period setting that it's in. So like time period setting that it's in and the characters that it has, and I think the fighting styles all make Demon Slayer pretty unique. I don't necessarily think that it's carried by its animation. I think the animation is definitely beautiful, you know. They really do their thing. So like yeah, the animation is a plus, but I do think the storyline of this kind of brother and sister struggling to find their place in this world is a pretty interesting storyline on its own. So I think even if it had a different animation style, I'd still be interested in the story.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that we were, a lot of, this anime community, we've been spoiled by the crazy twists and turns of stories like Attack on Titan and
Hmm.
One Piece and God, what's another one who had a really crazy thing? I guess I mean you can include Naruto and some Dragon Ball Z, like
Hmm.
the death and the stories and that. But I think that this, I think the story being so linear, and the fact that Tanjiro wants, that's his whole point, is to make Nezuko a human again, is kind of
Hmm.
what carries it, because you will meet one people on the way, but the journey's still the same. Like
Exactly, you
I
know?
think it can't. It's one of those animes that can't have a plot twist, because it's like, well,
He has this goal in mind.
she's still a demon. Like, I'm still gonna make her a human. It's
Mhm.
Hmm.
like maybe like even if even like there was a different villain than Muzan, it's like, well, I still got to make her a human. So I think that's kind of why there's not a lot of twists or anything like that. But
Yeah. Yeah, the story is pretty straightforward. Tanjiro has this goal in mind, and he's not gonna let anything stop him from getting to this goal, you know? It just so happens that Michael Jackson is in the middle of him and his goal.
Oh, Michael Jackson is crazy. Nah, when he first showed out, I'm like, yeah, he does dress like Michael Jackson from like the Smooth Criminal video. I'm like, they knew what the
Yes.
fuck they were doing.
they
They
knew what they
knew
were
what they
doing.
doing. But nah, that was a dope ass design though. I like it. Definitely like it. Coming a whole different designs. He turned to a child at one point, then turned
Mhm.
to a woman, and then Michael Jackson, and then
I also
Demon.
appreciate that Tanjiro is like such a wholesome character and he
Yeah.
Right.
cares about his family, and they didn't give him that like weird like sister complex trope that sometimes they give anime characters. Because like sometimes the sister complex trope is just like, oh brother, that's like way too much for me. Please tone it down. So I'm happy that it didn't make him like weird about it or anything like that.
Like from
Yeah.
Black Clover. I forgot
Exactly who I'm thinking about. Ghost from Black Clover.
yeah,
Oh my god. I'm like, please.
that man was obsessed with his sister.
Put the mirror down, buddy.
This is
Please. Sick of your
uh,
ass.
for real. So, outside of streaming, outside of gaming, you have a strong interest in fashion and skincare. Let's get back to all that. So, how do
Yeah.
those passions show up in your online persona?
I feel like when I'm on not necessarily Twitch, but more so I guess my Instagram, I do post more about like my skincare and I post like my outfits, my fashion, J fashion outfits. I've always really been into J fashion. That has always kind of been my thing. So growing up, I was definitely more of an alternative kid, but I was still into anime, and I had a lot of friends who were into anime, and like cosplaying specifically. So I had a lot of friends who were really, really big into cosplaying in high school. So it was really interesting to get introduced to all these different things and different anime characters. You know, different anime characters have different types of styles. So I get introduced to things like Lolita and EGL fashion and things like that, which I think are really, really cool sub fashions in Japan. Or
Mhm.
like Visual K is another one that's pretty interesting. And then through that, you know, I started working my first job and I started saving my own money. And that's when I started buying pieces like overseas from Japan, from brands like Liz Lisa or Honey Pepper is another one that's really good. Um, Mars is another Japanese brand that's really good that has kind of like those same like frilly girly pieces or like himikashi pieces. Um, so I've really just always enjoyed exploring J fashion and how many different subcultures they have. And, you know, each subculture or J fashion has its own like set of rules. So it's really interesting to see how people of all different walks of life and body types kind of apply those rules and make the outfits kind of their own. So I really, really like following, especially Black creators who are really, really into J fashion. I think that's really important. One of the things that like me and a fellow streamer, a friend of mine, Sailor Garnet, always say is that we're the kawaii Black girls, because it's a very small community of kawaii Black girls, but we all follow each other on all the platforms and we're always hyping each other up. So it's just really nice to have that community of others who kind of understand it. Um, but I'm trying to get to posting more of my fashion content slowly. Going to DreamHack, I'm definitely going to be taking a lot of pictures, and I'm going to be bringing a lot of different like fits and stuff with me. So hopefully we'll get some good pictures there too. But I definitely try to incorporate it anytime I like go out or even on stream, even though you know on stream you can only see from like here up. I try to incorporate just like cute things that I like. Certain shirts and stuff don't translate well on camera, like really, really frilly shirts, because you can't
Mhm.
see like the bottoms or the shoes sometimes. um so I just try to figure out what kind of works for me and what I like to see on stream, or how I can translate the style that I'm going for on stream.
And speaking about DreamHack, congratulations on being one of the content creators that that got in.
Thank you. I appreciate
So
that.
this is
It
your
is
first
my
time. This is your first time
yes.
going.
Yes, it is my first time going to DreamHack, so I'm super, super excited. Don't know what to expect, but I'm excited to see a lot of my friends there and hang out. And they have a lot of cool stuff at DreamHack this year too. They're gonna have like the indie playground with a bunch of like indie devs and creators and stuff. They have a lot of tournaments going on. They have a lot of cosplay stuff going on. So I'm excited to see all that for the first time. I've been in Atlanta before,
Oh, okay.
but only for a short amount of time. So this will be my first time staying in Atlanta. Yeah.
Other than DreamHack being your first anime convention, have you been to any anime conventions prior to that one?
Just like smaller ones in like my city, but not like a big convention like DreamHack.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
So no like DreamHack or anything like that. My next con that I'm most likely going to be trying to go to next year is probably Anime NYC.
Anime
That's dope.
NYC. That's oh yeah, that's in the summertime, right? That's
Yes,
around
in
like
the
Yeah.
summer.
August.
It just passed. Yeah.
Just
Oh,
pass,
okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always want to go to anime. I always want to go to anime NYC because I live in Jersey, so like New York is literally right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
But I've
Definitely
been
worth it.
yeah, but I've been to an anime convention, a small one, just like you. I
Mhm.
went to a small one. It's called DeepVoiceKam out here in New Jersey, in New Brunswick. Very small anime convention. I went there 2 years ago. First time going. Didn't know what I was going to expect to go in there, but walking around, going to different like panels and seeing people cosplays. I'm like, yo, that cosplays look nice. Some of y'all really
Right.
got into character and shit. I'm like, shit, they can't be me though. I'll tell you that. I can't get into cosplaying like that. But hey,
Yeah, that's
shout out for those who doing it. And you know what? Good things around like October time because the weather start to get cool down out here
Mm-hmm.
in Jersey. So like I don't understand how people could cosplay during these hot ass weathers, especially at DreamCon. Like, isn't
yeah. I never,
Texas?
Ooh, in
I never,
Texas,
yeah,
yeah.
I never
Oh
understood because I've
man.
been to DreamCon about 2 years now, or has it been 3 years? Yeah, 3 years now. And it's like I never this year, it was in George R. R. Brown, so I didn't have to like be outside for a while. So
Mhm.
they just went in. It's like George R. R. Brown is so much bigger than the one they have here in Austin. But yeah, no, I never understood like people were like dressed up as the bleach captains and then the Akatsuki and then
Yeah.
full on like I'm like it is
Yeah,
I'm
the
burnt
wigs, the coats,
I am
like
burning up in this t-shirt and these like joggers I have on. How in the hell do you have on this costume? And you're
And I
not wanting to die.
asked myself, do y'all take showers after y'all get out from these DreamCons? Go after
They should
DreamCon
no,
and
they
I
then
should,
hope
but they
to God
don't.
they do.
They should, but they don't. That's why when you go to these parties and be musty as hell, you're gonna
that's
like. I
why
was like,
I'm so concerned about because like
he
you
said
go
that's why
to
the after parties are smelly.
yeah,
I
like do y'all
guess
go back to y'all hotel, y'all Airbnbs and take a shower before y'all actually go to these after parties or whatever? Because you're gonna be around a lot of motherfuckers. Like, come on now, you gotta be respectful at this point. Like,
And I'm
never
gonna
know.
keep it all the way real, y'all. I'm in California. I know we ain't got nothing on Texas heat, but we not too far off.
Right.
It's
No,
the
you're
way
not.
wearing even if I
It's
don't
hot.
wear a bra, I'm still sweating. Like it's miserable with the heat. As soon as I get home from work and everything, straight to that shower. Cause
Yeah.
AC
mhm.
on and everything.
And
Right.
mind you,
Please shower people.
DreamCon's gonna be in July of next year anyway. So I
Ooh,
know the
that's
weather
a hot
gonna
one.
Showing up, I can't wait.
Bruh, July in Texas is
Ooh.
diabolical.
Awkward. You're insane.
like people be full on going on with their cosplays, wearing coats and this, that, third, wearing wigs. It's like, yo, bro.
Yeah,
I
no.
might need to
Kangaroo,
No candy.
screenshot what
Ka-
awkward said. That is
kangaroo
funny as
pouches.
hell.
Kangaroo pouches is crazy.
I'm screenshotting that awkward.
So yeah,
Bruh.
but yeah,
I
if I
don't. I don't think. So here's the thing. I would be worried if we're back in Austin. George R. R. Brown's convention center is so big. We
Mhm.
don't have to wait outside anymore. So like it's in the morning, so like it won't be as humid. So once you get in there, the AC is gonna drown it out. So that's why we
either
didn't have a lot of
way,
problems here.
people still gonna be fucking smelling crazy either way. So it's
No,
like,
like I said,
yeah,
also
I know what you're
yeah,
trying to
but
say
like
though.
also yeah, no, but also like me, awkward, I would tell you always bring a bag or backpack. Keep your like small can of deodorant, just spray when you get in. Like also you're moving around a lot. So even though you are in the AC, you're gonna be,
Man,
firing and
fuck a
shit like that.
You're still
deodorant.
getting your steps
Get air
in.
freshener. Yeah, you get steps in, but get an air freshener
Well,
too.
I lost about 5 pounds after that DreamCon. I was walking up that damn convention center. It's a big
Mhm.
ass convention center.
But yeah, I don't understand how people do be doing that stuff. But anyway, let me continue on. So if you could collaborate with any brand, which either could be gaming, fashion, or beauty, what would be at the top of your dream list?
Ah, this is an easy one. I was thinking about it the other day. Taco
Okay.
Bell.
Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell. Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell.
I've seen Taco Bell collab with a couple creators, man, and I love steak cooked chalupas. Sign me up. I like Taco Bell on stream.
Now,
if,
they have been picking up some creators. I've kind of been seeing them coming
yeah,
around with that. So I'm like,
I'm like, hold up. let me get a Baja Blast for stream real quick.
No, I wouldn't be mad if I applied to be a
Yeah.
creator for Taco Bell. I wouldn't be mad about that.
Literally, like
Hey,
that's something like genuine, like to myself. But if we're talking about like actual like tech or like something not food related, I would say specifically the company KeyBoom.
Keyboard. What
Um,
is that?
I've heard of them.
they make
Yeah.
like keyboards,
Oh,
keycaps,
okay.
things like that. And I think their keyboards are super cool, and their keycaps are really really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd love to collab with them. They
For
got some dope
me,
designs.
it had to be Elgato. That's one of
Same.
my
That's fair.
dream. That's one of my
Probably, yeah.
dream collabs is Elgato. 'Cause I got a lot of Elgato products. When it comes to the capture card, Stream Deck, 2 face cams. Well, one is in my closet right now. I'm using the 4K one right now, and a mic. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Mm-hmm. Like one of these days, I want to be Elgato partner. I want to be a partner for Elgato.
Gotta manifest that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So, what are your top 3 must-have skincare or fashion items that keeps you feeling confident and camera ready?
Let's see. Let's see. He said top 3.
Yeah, skincare or
Yeah.
fashion.
Skincare or fashion products. So I really like I use this Morphe blush. Is like this like bright pink blush. So it's kind of like almost a dupe for this Patrick Ta blush because it has like a cream blush, it has like a
Mhm.
sparkle, and then it
Mhm.
has the pink powder. And they have it in a bunch of different shades. So I got 2 shades. I got like this dark red and this like pink. I thought the dark red was going to be my color. Wasn't really it. Was not the move. I haven't touched that since. But the like really bright pink that I thought, because like when you look at the palette, it looks like this kind of pink, like super super
Mhm.
bright. But like on my face, like I have it on right now, and it's pretty like normal. It's subtle. It's just pink. So definitely like my blush is one thing. Um, in terms of skincare, I've gotten these new like toner pads that my best friend gave me, and they're by this black owned brand called Sugar Baby, and they're like this turmeric and kojic acid like face like wipes almost, and they're like toner pads, and they're really really good for like people of color, just because with like hyperpigmentation and like dark
Mhm.
marks and things like that. So it really does a good job at like taking all like the dead skin off. So like lately I've been going through those like crazy. So that's another brand that I've really really been liking, and I like that they're a small brand too. And then I think my third thing that I can't live without has to be my Burt's Bees tinted lip balm. This thing is like, I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I love this like Burt's Bees lip balm. I think it's like really, really like subtle, but it's actually like lip balm. So it
Mhm.
actually keeps my lips hydrated, surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those are like my top 3. Those are my go-tos.
On
I
that
don't
second one you
really,
named, I'm gonna need you to send me the link because I need
yeah,
something.
yeah, no,
I'm
I
struggling.
got you.
All
I
right.
got you.
So I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. I was gonna mention this in the beginning of the podcast, but I ain't want to mess up the name. Vocaloid, I think it's called.
Vocaloid.
Yes, that.
Yes,
So
yeah,
how did you
Vocaloids.
how did you first discover that, and what drew you into that?
Yeah. So actually, we're gonna hit the rewind back when a couple questions back when I was talking about my friends who were really into anime and cosplay back in high school. That's how I got first introduced to like Vocaloids, like Miku and all of that kind of music. They were one of my friends cosplayed Miku Hatsune. I keep that shit on me.
Keep that shit on me.
One of my friends cosplayed Miku, and I was like, "What's Miku?" And this is like, back in the day, like when she like just came out, basically, and they had to explain to me what Miku is, which is very strange explaining what Miku is to people who like aren't online or don't know like what a vocal software is. Um, Asterisk for those of you who don't know what Miku is or Vocaloid is, it is essentially a vocal software, kind of like FL Studio, but for these Vocaloid characters. And you can make songs with them and make the pitch of the voices and create
Mhm.
words, sentences, whatever. And
Okay.
that's how the song is created, is by combining words, because you can buy the software in Japanese or in English and then string together kind of words, pitches, and kind of
Holy
make a melody
shit.
that way.
That's crazy. Bro. That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, so it's not like it like a person records those little voice lines, but it's not a person like singing it or anything like that. So Miku is very virtual, which is why everyone loves Miku, because Miku is whatever you make her to be. If you want to
Okay.
have her make a rock song, you can have her make a rock song. If you want her to make a Brazilian song, you can have her make a Brazilian song. She's done literally everything. So I kind of got into Miku back then, and she's kind of always been here and there throughout my life. But then I got really into like rhythm games. Um, and one of the rhythm games being Project Diva, which is a Miku Hatsune rhythm
Mhm.
game on the PlayStation, but it's also in arcades as well. Um, and I really got into Project Diva, which is mainly all Miku songs, and then that kind of just really set me off the deep end on liking Vocaloids and things of that nature. And then when was it? Last year? Last year, or the year before, I went to Miku Expo, which Miku Expo is basically a convention where hologram Miku performs
Mhm.
on stage essentially. And there was like light sticks and Wotagai and bunch of really really awesome stuff. My friend had a Miku happy coat on with like the headband and everything. So we were all like really really locked in. So she's always kind of been a part of my life and a part of like music and stuff like that. Because even when I had maybe like fell out of touch with like Vocaloid music for a while. There was an artist that I was following at the time. He lived in Florida and he did a lot of shows. His name is DJ Joe, and he makes a lot of like anime remixes and things like that. And he would always perform at some of the shows that my friends were holding. And some of his anime remixes are like Miku songs, and they were really, really good. So then it kind of reintroduced me to Vocaloid culture again. So it's always kind of been there, floating around in my stratosphere, definitely. Um, so I've always kind of really, really liked that kind of stuff. I actually have the water bottle from the Miku Expo, actually right here. It has all the Vocaloids on it,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, it says Miku Expo.
I was gonna ask you who's your favorite character, but she already answered that question already. So I'm just skip that one.
Yeah, definitely either Miku or Lin are two of my favorites.
All right, Dad. So if you could attend any Vocaloid concert, which one would it be? And what songs would you be excited to hear live?
Um so it would have to have been a past Vocaloid show. They have more Vocaloid shows in Japan than they do in America, obviously.
Hmm.
But there was a one Vocaloid show recently that had happened, and they had brought on stage another Vocaloid. So Vocaloid is owned by Krypton Media,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and they own the rights to like all the Vocaloid software. There's other Vocaloids that other companies make, but the popular ones are the ones that Krypton uses, which is like Miku, Luca, Lin, and all of those characters. Um, so like no other company can use those characters because they own them essentially. So Sega owns them basically because Krypton
Mhm.
is owned by Sega. So Sega owns Miku.
Hold up.
Um,
Can I mention something real quick?
yeah.
You know what comes when it comes to Sega though, I heard that I'm going back to game by the way. Shout out to
No worries.
Sega with Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I seen so many gameplays of
Yeah.
that, and
Hell
I'm like,
yeah.
you know what? I gotta get that game. One of these days, I gotta get that game. I gotta
The
get that game.
playtest was so fun. The
It
playtest
was.
was so fun.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
played.
it was. Yeah.
I played the closed beta playtest, and I like it. I definitely like it. It's way better than Mario Kart World. I'm sorry, y'all. It is. It just is.
No, don't be sorry. I highly agree.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
just the fact that when it comes to like the characters, the guest characters they have on there, they're coming out with more guest characters from.
Mhm.
They got Miku and Joker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then they got They got characters from SpongeBob, SquarePants, Mega
I think
Man,
I got Mega Man. That Mega Man
Avatar,
stage was crazy.
Dang.
Avatar, The Last
They got an
Airbender.
Avatar?
Yeah, it's part of the season. It's part of the season pass. Avatar, SpongeBob, SquarePants, TMNT, um, Mega Man, and I think there's another one too. I forgot what it was, but yeah. And then like when it comes to like customization of the cars and
Yeah.
the stages, like how within like if you get like say you're in first place, you have the option to change the stage during each lap. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, I
What?
Right.
like it.
That's
That's what I said. And plus, it's
That's so
crossplay
cool.
too. It's crossplay too, so you can play with other people
Oh,
on
really?
other
What other
platforms.
systems is it on?
It's
It's
on
on like
PC,
I think everything.
yeah, PC,
Ooh.
Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, the Switch, the first Switch one. It'll be available for the Switch 2 later on too as well. I don't know when, but it's also gonna be available on the Switch 2. So everything is crossplay.
Dang, that's cool. That's cool.
But sorry, but I had to mention that. But continue on, Peach, about the Vocaloid.
Oh, no, you're fine. Um, yeah, so there was this concert in Japan, and essentially they brought out a different Vocaloid from a different company, which has never happened before, and they did a song called Mesmerizer. And it was really cool. It's like one of my favorite videos on YouTube. So I think definitely if I could go to one of those, that would make me that that would have been like peak. That would have been a peak goal.
All right. So would you ever travel to Japan to enjoy like everything anime out there? Have you
Yeah,
Do you plan to go
definitely.
into Japan?
I would love to go to Japan. I've never been out of the country. um, as a New York kid, I've only traveled around the U.S. But you
Hmm.
know, hopefully within the next couple years, I will be making a trip to Japan. There's so many things in Japan that I enjoy, like we were talking about earlier, like J fashion and things like that. Like I want to go shopping in like Harajuku and things like that and see some stores that I've only seen like online that I've enjoyed. I would love to go to a Liz Lisa or an Angelic Pretty store. Um, so definitely Japan on the list. Hopefully one day.
But I need to get my passport so I can go outside the country. I have yet to get a passport. I don't know why. I just haven't yet.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
not
have like
slacking.
I have the form filled out, but still nothing. I don't know. I'm
Hmm.
slacking.
Yeah, I just never had the passion to go outside the country anyway. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest. I never had the passion to go outside the country. Like, I just got my real ID, like this past. I'm gonna say in August, so I could fly around other states. Trying to get that shit out the way because
Yeah,
trying to
that
get a
real ID. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
trying to get a real ID is a pain in the ass, especially trying to make
Pain
an
in the
appointment.
ass. Yeah.
Especially you gotta
I was
make an
so pissed.
appointment.
I was so pissed I had to go to the fucking airport just to get it. It took 5 minutes. I was like, okay, you guys got to make like stations or something. I don't want to go to the
Yeah.
damn airport, park my car, pay $20 for the parking, go in there. It's like, oh hey, just sign this. It's like, mind you, airport is 40 minutes away from my house. I'm like, okay, I was in a very bad mood.
I'll be in a very
Me
bad mood
too.
too. Shit, I'll be pissed the fuck off. I'll be pissed the fuck off. So, if you could design your own Vocaloid, what would what would they look and sound like,
Hmm.
and what kind of music would they perform?
Ooh. So if I can make my own Vocaloid, I think she would be very. I would imagine it like if I was creating my own VTuber. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like she would definitely look like me, and she would most likely like have like braids and everything. And I think she would sing different genres because I'm really a genre hopper. I listen to quite literally like everything except for country. I don't listen to
Mm.
country.
You listen to country?
No, no.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, not a country fan at all. You know, my playlist will go from like Miku to Bad Bunny to like My Chemical Romance.
Mm-hmm.
Like who even knows what's happening in my playlist? Uh, but I think she would make more like rock or like poppy kind of music. I'm really into
I can
like
see that.
J rock. So I think probably some J rock. I've been really into some J rock artists lately, like Notori,
Mhm.
Natori. He's been making some really really good J rock lately. So he has been holding it down. I feel like all of his songs sound like an anime intro, and I'm kind of living for it.
All right, bet. And do you ever see yourself blending Vocaloid music into your streams or content creation?
I feel like I already, for the most part, do that. Miku is a big part of a lot of my streams. I do have a Miku check and during stream, and I have two different Miku buttons on my stream deck
Mm-hmm.
actually that do different Miku sounds. So I do incorporate her in a lot of my stream. And when I do stream, I usually keep on my streaming playlist. So my streaming playlist has a mixture of like Vocaloid, hyperpop, regular pop, and then some like J-pop kind of music. So it's kind of like a blend of like everything digicore, cute and fun.
And they all
So
non-copyright, right? They all non-copyright music. Okay, you know how Twitch be when it comes to that.
I split my VODs.
Oh, okay, got you.
I split my VOD tracks. So
Mm.
like it doesn't come through because I like listening to my music. But when I do look for non-copyrighted music, like let's say if I'm playing like for example, if I play Wuthering Waves, I don't want to play copyrighted music, but I still want music playing because I don't want my VOD to just be silence while
Hmm.
I'm playing the game. There's a couple different like really cute playlists on YouTube, non-copyrighted music that I like to play.
Ah, okay.
So I do have some artists. One of them is like Enzo Beats on YouTube is really good for like cute like background music and stuff like that.
Okay. So, if your life were an anime, what title would it be? And who would play the role of your main sidekick?
Um, let's see, what would the title be? I think I think it would be a slice of life anime.
Okay.
Um, so just like my day to day. And so there was this anime that came out this year, a couple seasons back, probably like in the winter,
Hmm.
maybe? Was it this year? Maybe last year. Um, but it's about this girl who's a VTuber, essentially. So I think it would kind of have like kind of like a similar premise, just like my journey with streaming. And I don't know what it would be called. Maybe like Peachy's Marvelous Misadventures or like
Peachy's Misadventures, you said?
yeah,
Misadventures?
yeah, like Peachy's Misadventures or like My Life as a Nerd. And it would my sidekick would definitely be my best friend Vinny. She is like my homie, my bestie. We always joke around
Hmm.
that I'm that I'm Mordecai and she's Rigby because that's kind of dynamic that we have.
Shout out to regular show.
Yeah,
Those
shout out
shows
to
are
regular
sick.
show.
Are they
Best
bringing it
episodes
back?
ever. Are they? They should, and they
I
should make
heard
it
it.
like actual like cursing.
Oh, it's gonna be
Yeah.
like
Right.
it's not gonna be like with Rigby and Mordecai. It's just gonna be like kind of the same universe or maybe like the same art style. But I know
Uh,
what you're talking about. I don't remember the name.
yeah, they need to make it an
Oh,
adult theme, man. They need to make it an adult theme. Like cussing
yeah,
and stuff like that should be funny. So I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it. And speaking
yeah.
about cartoons, man, what was the best era of cartoons in your opinion? Like,
Ooh, yeah. Early 2000s. I feel like for like
Max.
most like cartoons and real person shows because Disney Channel was killing it in the early 2000s as well for
mm-hmm.
like preteen like shows. That's So Raven, Wizards of Waverly Place, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Those are all really really good shows. And then same thing for like cartoons as well. I mean, you got like okay, Adventure Time is like 2010, so I won't say Adventure Time, but like
Mm-hmm.
Codename Kids Next Door was a really really good one
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
early 2000s. So I was really big cartoon kid as well. So
Yeah, I love.
I love me some Codename Kids Next Door. That was my
Mhm.
Same.
Yeah, when it comes to Disney Channel, Nick, and Cartoon Network back in the early 2000s, those were the best era of cartoons within those
Yeah.
programs. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Nowadays, it's just not hitting the same. It's just not.
Facts.
It started going downhill when they released Uncle Grandpa.
Yeah. And then
Because what was that?
Teen Titan Go, as much as I try to watch it as much as I can, I just
No.
can't. It's just because
It's so
yeah, because like back then in 2000 you had the regular Teen Titans,
Yeah,
back
the OG Teen
2003.
Titans.
Yeah, the 2003 Teen Titans. That was like,
that one was fire.
yeah, that
Oh,
would take it like
fire.
very seriously. Like, they took that shit very seriously. With Teen Titans Go, they just play around, fuck around. I don't got time for that. It's not even that funny.
I think
Loki's
it's
not that
because
funny.
I think it's because of like the thing where like people don't want cartoons, like at least want their children to watch cartoons that are too serious. Because Teen Titans back in the
Man,
day
fuck them
was
kids.
very
I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
Mhm.
Fucking kids. Like back in the day,
Respectfully.
Teen Titans were very serious. Like I mean, I remember the episode where Robin thinks Slade's alive, but he's just in his head. He's like,
Yeah.
Yo, that episode was
that was
crazy.
insane.
As a
Like,
kid, I was like,
yeah, they don't want to show stuff like that anymore, which sucks because that was the best part of stuff.
Man, again,
that's why
respectfully.
these kids don't got no critical thinking skills,
Facts.
besides the fact that they can't read, but they don't have
Yeah.
any media literacy. How are they supposed to understand a complex story if they don't get complex stories?
Because this
Mhm.
generation is too damn soft.
Really, yeah.
They focusing on
It's
the
why
wrong
when-
things.
It's why when Samurai Jack came back, they had to put it on like Toonami and shit.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack was also good.
That's when like Toonami was at its peak with their animes. That's how I first got into anime is Toonami. Like the Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
me
Z, Naruto,
Same.
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha.
Yep.
Asha,
Back then it was English
Cowboy
dubs.
Bebop. Yeah.
Back then it was English dubs. I ain't know they had like a Japanese subs until like my nephew told me about like, oh, you should watch some Japanese subs. I tried to, but I'm like, I just can't.
I'm black. I speak English.
There's
Exactly.
honestly, there's just some animes that just like the dub is pretty good. For like, for example, obviously Naruto dub, really good. I love Naruto dubbed. Same thing, Fullmetal Alchemist and Inuyasha dubbed, really good.
You know what?
I think Bleach is pretty good dub. One Piece's dub is like
Nah, you know what?
Luffy's voice is kind of weird.
Nah, you know what? I don't know. You ever
That's like
watched the
Dragon Ball
anime?
Z subbed. Dragon Ball Z subbed Goku's voice. I'm like, can't do it.
Yeah, I was like, I
Can't do
can't watch Dragon Ball Z subs because
Nope.
I already know what Goku is sound like in English my whole life.
Nah, you gotta watch these animes in other different languages, man. Cause them should be funny. Funny. But one of the worst English dub animes I watched, it was on Netflix. I don't know if y'all ever heard it. It's like this soccer anime called Captain Tsubasa. I don't know if y'all watched it before.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it
Captain
has.
Tsubasa.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's on Crunchyroll and stuff like that. It's basically like a soccer based anime show. Let me tell you, if y'all watch one episode of it, just give it like one episode.
Mhm.
It has one of the worst English dubs ever.
Oh gosh.
Like, and I watched plenty of English dub anime. Just that one right there is the worst. It's the worst. I'm telling y'all. Just watch it one good time, and you're going like, yo, this shit's whack. The anime is good though. Just the voice acting dub, the English is whack to me.
All right, so Peach, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You know, there are like shows that come out that go back to that are sequels to like, the classic cartoons we had back in the day. What do you feel about that? Because personally, for me, it's a hit and miss. Like I feel like, back in the day, Avatar: Last Airbender, right?
Yeah.
Classic show,
Yeah.
amazing. And like when we saw Korra come out, like the hype was gonna be back. But then it's like you watch it like, oh wait. Yeah.
So for that one specifically that scenario, before we talk about it as a broader like whole, I feel like for the most part, I don't think people liked Korra, and I just feel like that was the issue.
She fucked everything up.
She like people did like Korra. That was the issue. Like, she just wasn't a very likable character to a lot of people. So I just feel like that was the downfall of that specifically coming out. Now, as for like remakes as a whole, I feel like sometimes remakes can be done well, but I feel like they're very far and few in between of how like remakes that have gone well. Personally, in my opinion, I feel like
Yeah.
usually the originals always go better. Like how they tried to bring back Powerpuff Girls.
Oh my
No.
gosh, that pissed me off.
Like, oh, buddy, like
That pissed me
it's
off.
just not. It's like they're trying to like they're trying to create hype off of nostalgia, which is like cool marketing tactic,
Mhm.
but you're not making these interesting stories, and the animation isn't. It's new and it's modern, but it's not what people
Nah,
want.
you know what? You know
I-
what cartoon that
yeah.
pissed me off that made a goddamn reboot, and I didn't have this. I didn't have Paramount Plus at the time, but thank God I didn't to watch this shit. Was Rugrats.
Yeah.
They had a
That pissed me.
reboot.
Yes,
Yeah.
that pissed me
I didn't
off.
know that.
Yeah, they had a reboot of Rugrats. That shit pissed
But
me off. I was mad as
think like
hell.
yeah, and I think like the agreeing with Peachy, like I think they're afraid when they do this new shows, they're afraid to make the characters their own characters. They like she said, you go
Mhm.
back to nostalgia. I remember like going back to Korra. Like I feel like they tried to make Bolin be the new Sokka. It didn't work out. I didn't find
Mhm.
like I think Sokka just had like this unique charm to him that would made him hilarious, and Bolin
Mhm.
like he tried too hard. Mako fucking sucked. Like I feel like he was bored in every like scene and just like they
Yeah.
wanted the love interest. I'm like, I don't think he likes her at all.
Yeah, it's
But
like
I
quite
think,
literally, I
but
don't
like,
get these vibes.
yeah, but I think like some sequels, like I watched King of the Hill, like
King of the
that
Hill
sequel.
sequel is good.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Oh,
Like
King
it's
of the
like
Hill.
it's yeah, it's
Hell
like
yeah.
Oh
I think it's like
yeah.
10 years later, I think, or maybe even more actually, because I
Nah, it
think
was
like
10 years.
Bobby's a full chef now.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Hank and Peggy are kind of like having to figure out because they weren't even in the country. They're trying to
Mhm.
figure out Texas in 2025. I think that's what like that kind of storyline helps it a lot. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
'cause
Yeah,
it
I think that's why
continues
it works
on
so
with
well.
the.
Yeah,
It continues on with like the old
yeah,
King of the Hill. You know what I'm saying? How they progress in like over the 10 years. You know.
and like they
Mhm.
still have like their like they still like always tuck in their shirts. They drink the same beer and stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
it's still the same. It's just
You
evolved. I
know
think that's
what?
what makes it so cool.
I like.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You know what? King of the Hill and Futurama, when they first came out with the reboots or whatever like that, or the sequels, because you kind of said the next
Mhm.
season, those were the top tier ones right there. Like I'm glad they
well, like
brought those back.
you can always make Futurama episodes. It's
Yeah.
always gonna be fun.
It's always something going on.
It's always gonna be
Futurama.
funny.
Look at South Park,
I
for
think, like,
example.
yeah, so with South Park, like it's always gonna be funny, no matter what
Mhm.
they're
Yeah.
talking about. So
And
like
they
they
still
can,
making shit based on current events to this
yeah,
day. Like they made current events about the whole FCC thing with Jimmy Kimmel and stuff. Wait, was it Jimmy Kimmel? No,
yeah,
Jimmy Kimmel,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Bro, when I first heard about that, how they canceled his show because of the whole like he made a joke about
Bruh,
Charlie
but
Kirk.
like
You know?
it wasn't even really him making a joke. It was the fact that fucking the newscaster was asking the crazy orange man. He's like, "What do you think about how are you holding up with your friend being gone?" And he's just like, "Yeah, sucks. We're building a ballroom though."
Like
And I'm
what?
like, "What?"
Literally.
yeah.
And y'all gonna
Like,
cancel?
he
And y'all
didn't
gonna
even.
cancel Jimmy Kimmel for that shit? Like he just made it was a harmless joke. I bet he ain't meant no harm for that shit. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
they canceled that shit and it got back. Like he was canceled for like what, a couple days, and he just got
It
back on
was.
this past Tuesday.
It was funny. He's like, he's in the second stage of grieving development.
Oh man, I'm glad he got back his show though. I'm glad he got back his show.
It's just unfair.
Unfair things, man, especially for real. So I got some rapid fire questions for you, Peachy.
Yeah,
All right,
I
so
will try to answer them rapidly.
all right, bet. So okay, JRPG battle theme or Vocaloid concert anthem.
Oh, JRPG battle theme.
I bet. Anime binge night or gaming marathon.
Anime binge night.
I'm about to say over 200 episodes. I mean 200 shows. Yeah, that's the
You
answer
You got
right
no
there.
choice now.
Yeah.
Skincare shopping spree or fashion shopping spree.
Man, that's hard. Regular shopping.
Say it again.
Just regular shopping spree.
Oh, so fast. Okay, so you saying like
Yeah.
fashion? Okay.
Yeah.
PlayStation JRPGs or Nintendo JRPGs.
PlayStation JRPGs.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either. Cosplaying your favorite anime character or create a Vocaloid inspired look.
Cosplay my favorite anime character.
All right. Streaming late night with friends or cozy solo stream vibes.
It's a Kozo.
Koza. I like gaming with friends.
Gaming with friends. All
I like
right.
gaming with friends. Yeah.
All right. So this one is a dream collab. Vocaloid concert guest spot or Sanrio brand partnership.
Sanrio brand partnership.
Ooh.
And that
I'll
leaves
pick
me.
that too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Mhm. So all right. So speaking about Sanrio, I've missed this question by the way too. So Sanrio has so many beloved characters. Which one do you connect with the most and why?
Oh, Karomi. Karomi is my favorite character.
All right.
She is the best. I think her personality is really, really cute. She's described as like mischievous, but also like she loves to read and she likes romance novels and she's really, really like soft and sweet, but she's just kind of a little aggressive on the outside, So Karomi deserves all the love. And sometimes my Melody be getting on her nerves, but she respects her.
So what is Sanrio? Educate me on that because I don't know. I really don't know.
Sanrio is like a brand that makes all of the like Hello Kitty world characters. So, like,
Oh,
Hello
like the
Kitty,
characters in your background right there.
I have some Sanrio characters. So these are San X. So San X characters are like Raukuma Bear, Sumiko Garashis, and things like that. So they're their own separate thing, and then so they're Sanrio and then San X. They sound similar, but they have like different mascots and characters and such.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, thank you for educating me on that because I didn't know what the hell a Sanrio was. I really didn't know what the hell that was. All I know is a sangria, and that's an alcoholic beverage. That's all I know. But anyway, moving on. All right. So if you were an anime character, would you be a magical girl or a JRPG Hironi?
I'd be magical girl.
Magical girl. I bet.
Definitely. I gotta save the homies and the world.
So imagine you're creating your own JRPG. What is the theme? And what role would you give yourself in a party?
Oh, okay. So it would be probably like there's this one JRPG called I think it's called Blue Refraction. And it's like a magical girl. It's a magical girl JRPG. I own it. I haven't played it yet. On the backlog. But it would be that there aren't really many magical girl games, so it would be like a magical girl fighting JRPG, probably turn-based. Turn-based magical girl fighting. And I'd be the healer, definitely.
Healer.
I'm a healer. I'm a support character. Yeah.
See, for me, I'll be a 10 character, either a 10 character or a or
I'm DPS. I want to
DPS. There you go.
I'd be a support as well. Like that's
Support
always been my
gang.
number one. But I also don't mind being a leader and taking some heat.
Yeah.
So I like to be in the battle a little bit too on the side.
But sometimes you gotta hang back,
If
Depends on
only
the team composition.
so. Have you played more Rivals, Peachy?
Speaking of team composition, you should have seen my team composition last night in Rivals. It was terrible.
You need to join us because I can't do this shit no more. Me and Dre, we're about to fight somebody. I wasn't about to fight him, but like we're about to fight somebody. I can only play them games if I can just talk to people. We got to be our own chat. I can't do it anymore. Marvel Rivals, Apex, Overwatch, fuck them niggas.
Nah, see, I could deal with Rivals though. Rivals is like it could come and go. Apex, no, because you only have 2 other teammates and you can get away with certain shit. With Marvel, you can get away with certain shit at certain points. I don't mind Rivals. I don't mind COD and stuff like that. When it comes to like a base of 3 people in the team, I can't do it with randos. I can't do it. Apex too damn fast for me. I can't do Apex.
Too fast, yeah.
It's too fast. I don't have to, especially people playing on mouse and keyboard, bro. They be moving crazy. I'm like, yo, I don't have the eye coordination for that shit, bro. I don't.
Crackhead energy.
Right.
Crackhead, your word. I don't have that crackhead energy though. I don't have it. I don't have it at all. So, yeah. All right, got a few more questions before we end this podcast off. So,
I can
what
ask
are
a
you?
couple rapid.
Go ahead, Cam.
What?
Oh, this is gonna be real quick. Persona questions. Persona 5. Favorite character, least favorite character, favorite confidant, least favorite confidant. Go.
Damn.
Ooh.
Favorite character, Futaba.
Okay.
Type shit.
Least favorite character.
When
Ugh.
I say character, I'm probably gonna say like the other Phantom Thieves. Like we'll do the confidants in the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, least favorite Phantom Thief.
You can say
That's hard.
Makoto. It's fine.
I like all of them. I would say probably Makoto because she's just the least interesting one to me.
Mhm.
She's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
really super interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes Ryuji be pissing me off because he has a big ass mouth and he just needs to shut up
Facts.
That's
sometimes.
We're in
true.
that fucking
That's true.
sushi restaurant. I'm like, shut the fuck
Literally
up.
every time I'm like getting
Mhm.
secondhand embarrassment from Ryuji. I'm like,
For
shut the
real?
fuck up! Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up! So definitely Makoto, just because she's not really too interesting for me. She's pretty goody two shoes, and she's like, for the
Yeah.
law, and I'm like, all right, girl, I guess, I
Right.
guess. Favorite confidant, Akechi. Akechi is my
Ooh.
favorite confidant.
Okay.
I like Akechi. I like his character. You know, I was surprised when we had that dialogue, and then Akechi was like, "Yeah, I actually fucking hate you." And then I looked at my chat. I was like, "But I just said we were besties. What happened? We were in the
Right.
jazz club together. Like I thought we
Right.
were vibing." Least favorite confidant. The confidant that I had the lowest personally was Yusuke. I only had Yusuke by the end of Persona at like maybe a 5 or 6.
Yeah, I get
Mm.
that. Yeah, it takes a while. All right. Best palace, best theme.
Oh, best palace. My favorite theme. So my favorite theme is the Casino Palace.
Hell
That's my favorite
yeah.
one. It's like that one be hitting. I don't know. That song go crazy.
Facts.
So and I think uh, it's so hard because like in terms of palace design, I love the design of Okumura's palace. I hate that palace, but the design is really cool because I really like
Same.
space. I love
I hate
like
the boss
alien
fight. Boss
space.
fight was
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Boss fight was like the timer. The fact that the timer didn't stop for dialogue was also annoying. Cause I'm like the timer's going and this man's yapping away. I can't even watch the cutscenes. So I gotta rush and fight for my life.
Yeah.
So Okumura's palace had the best design for me personally, even though I didn't enjoy the palace. But overall, the Casino Palace is probably my favorite. The theme song and
Gotcha.
everything. Yeah, that one was it. That one was it.
All right. So, again, before we end this podcast off, I do have got a few last questions here. So, what are some of your personal or streaming goals for the next year?
For the next year, I want to collab with more streamers, and I'm really looking to kind of grow my community. You know, I've been really enjoying the small community that I have now and the people that I'm
Mhm.
able to talk to and connect with, like even on a genuine level, whether it's in my Discord server or just out on social media or even when I'm streaming. So really growing and fostering that sense of community for the Cursed Cuties Club, because that's kind of, that's what I do it for. I want to have a space where everyone can kind of be themselves and feel okay and feel like they can talk about whatever they need to talk about. And then I'd love to collab with more like streamer friends and just people who have, like-minded content or interests, streaming, things like that. As well as get out and go to more conventions, hopefully within the next year, definitely. Um, DreamHack will hopefully be the first of a few.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping that next year I can go to a couple conventions, maybe even cosplay at one. So definitely cosplay and convention goals are like my biggest goals, I feel like, for next year in terms of like streaming and stuff. Um, and of course just like growing my channel in general and just kind of having fun with it. That's why I really do streaming. I do it because I like it and I enjoy doing it, so I want to continue to do the things that I like.
All right. And speaking about collaborations, right? See, you want to collab with other content creators and streamers, such like that. So, like, do you watch like You ever watch like other streamers first before you actually do like collaboration with others, or you just go blind with it? Like you just like fuck it, I'm just collab with you.
Yeah, if I collab with other creators, I normally watch their content first, or I've seen like their community. I've seen how they interact with their community and how, they interact with people on stream and like kind of like vibes they get.
Hmm.
I don't usually collab with anyone pretty randomly. I'm pretty particular with
Yeah,
who
that's how I
I
feel
collab
too.
with.
Yeah, that's how I feel
Because
too.
because also like I want to make sure, not only on their end, but like also my community as well. I want to make sure
Mm-hmm.
like my community is a good fit for them because like if you've been on my channel, like everything's like cute and fun, but like also my community is full of delinquents low key because we be going crazy talking about some crazy shit sometimes. So sometimes I don't want to bring my community into a space where maybe they don't feel like they can be like themselves.
Hmm.
Um so definitely just making sure it's like a comfortable situation and a harmonious kind of collab.
Hmm. Because when I see like people collab with when I see other people collab with other content creators, I always ask myself like, are you doing it, or is it genuine, or are you just doing it because of the views, the numbers, the person's popularity? Like, is it really meaningful, or are you just doing this just to be spiteful as hell in a way?
Mhm.
But
You have to know how your chemistry is going to be with that person.
hmm.
Because like, what if you guys don't like vibe well? You guys aren't like bouncing off of each other. So now it's just like a duo stream, and everyone's quiet.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think people just like to collab because they all got the same game and stuff like that. Just because y'all all got the same game and y'all think y'all need to collab about on that does not mean it could be good. Not all collabs is good
Right.
collabs. And we talked about this
Mm-hmm.
on multiple episodes on the podcast. But it's the
Mhm.
truth. It's like,
That's
okay,
correct. Yeah.
yeah, because just because we all, for example, like if we all got the game peak, does not mean we could all collab on it because it's all about the energy. Like, are we all gonna
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
connect in a way? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if you do like a big collab, for example, I did a peak collab with fellow members of the esports team that I'm on Detonate. It was
Mm-hmm.
me, Richie's HQ, I Shoto, and Corey, and it was all four of us. And they're on my team, but I knew that our synergy was good. We all like to joke around. We don't
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
take each other like too seriously, and like we can all kind of take a joke. So like I knew like that
And
vibe
then
overall was gonna be well.
and all that takes place too. All that matters at that point. How
Mhm,
can y'all joke around without like I could joke around with you. I'm like you're not gonna take it too serious stuff like that, or you be too
mhm.
sensitive about that shit. So like you really got to think that stuff through. And I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these content creators don't really think that shit through. They just see the numbers.
Well,
Like this person has
yeah.
X amount of streamers, X amount of followers or X amount of viewers. Let me use the stream. Let's go. Let's use the chat. What is it called?
Oh, shared
Stream.
chat.
The
Yeah,
share
share chat.
chat.
Shared chat.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm not against it, but I personally don't like it unless I really want to use it. I try to avoid using it as much as I can because like
Shared chat sometimes just gets really overwhelming because it's a
depending how
lot.
Mm-hmm.
many
It's
depending
a
how
lot,
many
and then like yeah, everyone's commands works in everyone's channel. So like let's say
yes.
Yeah.
I did that peak collab, people would do exclamation mark lurk and let's say Richie's channel, but then my prompt would come up and be like, "All right, cutie, see you later."
That's
I'm
one. See,
just
that's the thing
like,
I hate right there, yo. Especially you have like I think the max is like what you and five other streamers, so like six in total. So like imagine
yeah.
y'all
Mm-hmm.
all has the same work command and everybody shit going off in
Mhm.
sync.
Right.
That shit could be annoying. Plus, like for me, having so many people with the shared chat, depending on how many people you have in your chat and they all talking and this, that, and the third, it could get overwhelming. It could definitely get
Mm-hmm.
overwhelming. So, again, I try to stay far away from that as much as I can. But I mean, I use it from time to time, depending on who I'm streaming with, who I'm collaborating with. I just don't use it with everybody like that. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't. But yeah. So, how do you hope to inspire others who share your love for anime, gaming, and pop culture?
Um, so I hope that when people really come to my channel that they feel safe and seen and see someone like me who doesn't necessarily uh, I'm not a stereotypical Afro Latina from New York.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not someone that I feel like that you can just kind of put into a box and a category. And I hope it inspires other people to also just be genuinely themselves, because even when I was younger, I always tried to be authentically myself, even when I was bullied or made fun of, or I didn't necessarily fit in with the other kids because of the things that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but sticking with things that make you happy is really, really important. Um, so I hope that other people, especially other people of color, can come to my channel and really feel like they can just be themselves and embrace the things that they like.
All right, good answer. Good answer. All
Thank you,
right.
thank you.
Finally, if someone were stepping into your world for the very first time, when it comes to your streams, your anime fandom, and your love for Vocaloids, fashion, and all the little things that make you you, how would you describe that experience in one sentence?
It's chaotic.
All right.
It's chaotic. I'm doing a little bit of everything at once.
Mm-hmm. 200 episodes, 200 shows, y'all. That's chaotic as it is
200,
already.
226 shows.
Exact. 226 exact shows.
Yeah, it
Still
also tells
chaotic.
me how many I've dropped as well, and I've only ever dropped. Hold on, let's see. How many anime have I dropped in my time of watching anime? And I've gotten. I'm all at the bottom. I gotta scroll. I've dropped 4 anime.
Drop 4 anime.
hmm
Damn. What do you mean? You like drop them like you don't watch them no more, or
I watched a couple episodes and was like, no,
so out
not
of
for me.
226, only 4 you dropped. That's
Oh,
wild.
that's not included. That's not
Oh,
included
that's
in the
no
two.
clue. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
got you. But yeah, damn, 4. Okay. So my final question. So, what's one piece of advice you would give to someone just starting out as a streamer?
Um, Definitely. And I know this is like the advice that I feel like everyone gives people, but really just be yourself and do what you like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Every every gaming community or whatever you want to do has like a niche. There's someone who's going to like your content, and your content can reach people. You just have to really be authentically yourself and then just enjoy your time. Because people can tell when you're not enjoying yourself, or when you're faking, or you're not interested in the game, or you're not interested in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are really apparent when you're streaming. So really just being genuine, being yourself. And I kind of take streaming as like, when I'm on stream, I'm just kind of talking with my friends. We're all sitting in a room and I just feel like we're talking, or we're playing video games, kind of throw back to when I would watch my brother play video games. Kind of like, I feel like the same dynamic in a way. I'm
Mm-hmm.
watching someone play video games, or someone's watching me play video games, and we're just kind of having a good time together. So I think if you go into it with the mindset of like having a good time and sharing the things that you love, I think you'll enjoy it. But if you focus on things like, numbers, are important to
Mm-hmm.
everyone who's a streamer. Numbers and metrics are important, but when you focus on that too much, and you start to maybe look at other people's numbers or metrics, that's like really the thief of joy. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. 5 people sitting in a room and listening to you IRL is already a crazy thought. So even if you
Mm-hmm.
have 1 viewer, 5 viewers, 10 viewers, 100 viewers, like I could personally say, I could never even imagine myself standing up in a room and talking to a room of 12 or 20 people. So like, I feel like sometimes you have to take your numbers into perspective and really just realize how grateful and how lucky you are to have a community and people who want to be there and support you. And I feel like big communities and things of that nature, like growing and streaming, just really take time
Mm-hmm.
and consistency.
Okay, yeah, I definitely agree to all what you just said, and I want to add a couple more of those to the devices. Always be consistent when it comes to like streaming, creating content for your YouTube channel or whatever socials you use. What I mean by consistent, I'm not saying you gotta stream 7 days a week. Don't do that. Like,
Mhm.
if you're gonna
Mental
stream
health is important.
exactly, if you're gonna stream by like 3, 4 days a week, keep it consistent, you know what I'm saying? Keep a streamer schedule. I mean, some like I'm just now getting into like my streaming schedule. I try to follow through with it. Sometimes like I'll say I start my stream around 10 o'clock in the morning, but in general, I probably start my stream like at least 20, 50, like 10, 20 minutes before that time on my stream schedule. So it's like, yeah, just make sure you just stick with your plan, stick with your schedule, be consistent. And that was another thing too I was gonna add, but it's just not clicking right now. And
Yeah,
please don't
follow through is just
hmm
important.
and play whatever game that makes you happy. Don't focus on these high saturated games like Fortnite, Apex, COD, and other shits like that
Mhm.
too, because everybody else playing that game. You're not gonna grow like that because there's a lot of people playing those games too. And you gotta ask
Mhm.
yourself, like, what makes you so unique when you play these types of games, you know?
Exactly. Basically for the first whole year of me streaming, I was strictly playing Persona 5. And that's how I was slowly growing. Just putting in hours upon hours in Persona and then occasionally,
So many
playing other games.
hours.
So many hours, you know?
Ugh. Alright, let me see. Do I have another piece of advice that I could think of? Probably not. So yeah. So where can we find you on your socials, Peachy?
Yeah, so I am PeachiiBunss across all of my socials. My name is consistent, two I's, two S's. Um, but I am on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on Twitch. Those are like the main. I'm also on TikTok. Those are like the five kind of social medias that I really, really use. I'm on Twitter just about every day, even if I don't post, like I said before, I am not I'm on social media, but sometimes I don't have this. I'm a pretty quiet person, so I don't necessarily always have things to
Mm-hmm.
say. I'm not one of those people who just like posts all day every day.
I don't know how people could do it though, but hey.
It's
Right.
it's impressive, but it's not me. But I am across all social medias as PeachiiBunss, and that's where you can find me posting about Vocaloids, animes, and all types of shenanigans.
See now since you mentioned socials, now I just
Yeah.
remember another piece of advice. Keep it as your Twitch name. Don't have all these different names for your socials. Like no one got time to be typing all these
Hmm.
different types of names for your socials. Don't do it to yourself. Keep it the
Different
same.
spellings and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like keep it the same. Yo. Just keep it the same so everybody can find you easily.
Hmm.
You know,
Especially for brands and certain companies you want to get partner with, it's good to keep that consistency with your name.
hmm
Yeah.
exactly. And also make like a link tree or something too, so you have all your socials all in one link. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Peachy, thank you for stopping by as always. It was a pleasure having you here.
Yes, it was so good getting to not only know all you guys, but getting to hear all your questions and just talk with you guys. This was super, super fun. I've
And
had a
I
blast.
thank you. I really appreciate you having the time of day for us. And I'm glad. Look at you. You did pretty well. You did pretty well for
Thank
yourself.
you. Thank you.
This your
Thank you
first
guys
time.
for inviting me.
No problem. This your first time ever doing a podcast, right?
Yeah, it's my first time ever doing like a podcast interview, like any type of thing. Like I said, I'm not really usually I'm like riding solo, talking to myself. So
I feel you on that one. And awkward. Appreciate that. Thank you for the W interview and L Cam as always.
Well, thank you, awkward.
Yeah. Just to let you know. Side note: Cam and awkward. They always mess with each other. So just to let you know,
That's that's
it,
He's the
fine. It
he's the
happens.
hater.
it happens on every episode. So if you see them arguing within my chat, just know that it's them.
It's
It's
normal.
all love.
They have that. They have that friendly rivalry. I could say that's how I'm gonna just put it like that. They have a friendly rivalry.
Sometimes you need a rival.
You do, and it happens on my stream virtually. It's during the
And the fact that
podcast.
he's getting jumped right now.
That is, yeah, it is crazy. But Peachy, thank you for stopping by again, and
Of
I hope you have a
course.
very enjoyable day of yourself.
Thank you. You guys too. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you everyone for all the questions and such in chat. Chat, you're funny. You guys are being awesome. So thank you.
All right, have a good one, Peachy.
All right, you too.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Richie.
guys. Bye.